Adam, Vinnie, Chris.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Happy Pro Football Arm Wrestling Championship Day.
I'm so excited.
I know. We were very excited when we found out we were going to have this day, that we were jumping up and down.
I want to sincerely say thanks.
Yeah.
Chris, for inviting me.
Vinny's pretty stoked about this. John thinks it's ridiculous that we'd be excited about this. He thinks it's quite embarrassing.
Well, wait a minute. Maybe we're excited because it's as great as he said it was going to be.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And he, after saying that, he's just like, why are these guys so excited about it? He's like, by the way, I'd love to get my hands on that. I haven't seen it. So there's also that.
That's John for you.
He does shine in these because he's very, very wet.
You're going to use all your A material before the show starts?
What are you doing,
Adam,
dude?
Jesus. This
Someone's
guy
gotta
writes
give
1.5
something.
jokes a show, and he uses them before the show starts.
Somebody's got to put something in the banter. My God.
I suppose. All right.
Good stuff.
Jordan Jackson's House of Horrors. Do you recognize how condescending you were to Ashley on PDP? You cut Keanu out of your life too, but you smugly mocked her for doing the same. Check your ego.
Ouch.
I made fun of her for not talking to people who talk to people she doesn't like, which is childish. And also, yes, I do know exactly how condescending I was to Ashley. She deserved every second of it. And I wish I had known what her sister did with the Riyadh Comedy Festival, because I would have loved to talk to her about that. But I found out about that the next day. Oh well.
Burn that bridge.
Oh, wow. What are you going to do?
Blew it.
But yeah, I don't know why anyone would have respect for Ashley Cummings. She said nothing. Weasel Claus became a YouTube member. Thank you very much for that. Mike Roch. Kick-ass, guys. Hope to see Beatbox John. Also, whatever happened to Brian Johnson? You know, Brian's been a busy boy. I've tried to get him on the show a few times, and he's always got conflicts and things, but we'll get him back on sooner than later, because I miss Brian as well. It's a good egg.
Yes.
This came in 4 days ago. Supertip.gg/WATP. Dabble Dog says, this is the greatest show.
You know,
It sure was.
I don't appreciate sarcasm, Dabble Dog.
What? I think that's legit. I think Dabble Dog is just so stoked.
Okay.
He's probably predicting that this episode right here, was going to be the greatest show.
It could be.
That'd be my guess. Oh, and Adam's already embarrassed. All right. Well, it was fun while it lasted.
That's our Adam.
We had a good run.
Yeah, it is episode 666. So it might get real scary in here. Tamale Hunter. Tamale Hunter, $5. I remember watching on the Fire Festival documentary, someone offered a blowy for water to clear customs. Maybe Adam can help with the wool suit. You following this logic?
Not really. But I'm here to help, you know.
Maybe it's two separate thoughts.
No, I think Adam's sucking someone off in order to help with the wool
Somewhere
suit.
in here, that's
He's
the
raising money for
implication.
us somehow. I'm pretty sure, Tamale Hunter.
I'm going to get water to that island no matter what.
Tiger Lily became a YouTube member. Thank you very much, Tiger Lily. You and Weasel Claus. Go to the membership tab. That's where all the bonus stuff is. And you'll see the links to the shows that are coming up when I post them every Saturday. You can watch us live on this very channel. Very special guest, maybe special 2 guests coming up on Saturday.
Ooh.
How's that for a teaser? It's kind of nothing, right? Kind of
Yeah, I
nothing.
wanna know.
Well, I would like to know more.
Yeah, all right. Well, there's that.
I'm going to guess it's not Ashley Cummings.
It's definitely not Ashley Cummings.
Okay.
Is it Whitney?
I listened to the first hour of Point Dabble Point because I was driving back from Buffalo, and I'm listening to all of them like, we're so excited to have Ashley. They're like, really? No one's going to challenge this bitch? No one's going to say anything to this woman?
And you come in, sorry I'm late. Fuck you. You're cool.
Yeah, it's like, what are we doing here, guys? All right. So anyway, you know, we do what we do. We try to mix things up, keep them interesting.
Yeah. If everyone got along, it'd be so boring.
Right. Correct.
Shut up.
Yes, correct. Oh.
Just shut your face.
Chris Allen became a YouTube member. Thank you, Chris Allen, for becoming a YouTube member on this program. We got so much to get to. I'm going to get right into it. We're going to start the show the way that we do.
I told them in the strongest of words to just do it.
You see, this is a we just do it kind of show.
Episode
number 666.
Hey, Satan!
Are you a boner guy?
Oh, I was a boner guy.
You know what? I miss penis.
What are you talking about?
I'm the one who should apologize.
Is it going to be absolutely riveting? Is it going to change your life by any stretch? Probably not, but it's going to be at least entertaining, okay?
By the way, for those people that are in the back, remember to shut the fuck up.
Matty-O! Cuz-a-roo.
Slap-a-rooney.
It's showtime.
WATB.
WATP.
Hello, Rubber Dixie Customers. Welcome to another episode of Who Are These Podcasts, the only show that is declaring the NHL season is over. I'm your host, Carl, the $850,000 man. Of course, with me every Wednesday, a man who won't shut up about his TV credits. It's Adam Busch.
So happy to be here.
Thanks for being here. Also with us, a man who's the biggest creep in Rochester based on weight. Vinnie Paulino from the Creep Off is here.
Hola, creepos.
Producer Chris as well.
Gentlemen.
Please go to whoarethees.com. That's where you get our email address, voicemail number, link to our subreddit, link to our Discord server, link to our merchandise, link to our YouTube channel, and that link to Patreon and Supercast featuring 2 exclusive bonus episodes every month. And you support the show, and you can watch the live shows when we air them or anytime thereafter. You get all the links and the entire back catalog of all the bonus shows and bonus series we've done. And, of course, Stuttering John's entire audiobook. Val before you, patreon.com/Who Are These Podcasts. Also, we encourage people to go to Fight the Dabbler if you want to stick it to John and show him he can't just go around bringing frivolous lawsuits to people that make fun of him on the internet. We are fighting that, Shuli and I. And if you want to help contribute to that, Dr. Steve set up a GoFundMe for us that's been wildly successful. So thank you very much, everyone who has contributed to the GoFundMe, fightthedabbler.com.
Now, is it true that if you give $1,000 to fightthedabbler.com, you will mail them a paper copy of John's book? Is that true?
That is correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Great.
I actually write it out myself. It's like monks, when they used to have to write the Bible.
Yes.
Is that what monks did?
For $1,000, John will come to your house and read it to you.
Perfect. How long will that take?
A long time. Settle in.
Gonna need 8 reading beers.
We also encourage our listeners to give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and then shit all over us in the comment section. Today, we'll be checking in on KarmicX, the YouTube chatter whose own stream is now exploding with its high energy and unique content. Whitney Cummings is handling criticism for going to the Riyadh Comedy Festival worse than Bill Burr somehow. What? Tom Myers had huge celebrities on his podcast as both Eric Zane and Christian Blatt were guests. Opie and Ron are back and making righteous bucks on YouTube. Stuttering John tries to get out in front of the Pro Football Arm Wrestling Championship. But sorry, Johnny, we have the episodes and we have the receipts. Also, Megan will be here with another round of Is It Gay? We'll try to poke a dabbler with Cardiff, your reviews and voicemails. But first, Aaron Immelt's going to be starting his jail sentence this Friday. And he is doing 8 days straight. He was hoping for weekends. His attorney sent a note into the judge saying, hey, is it cool if Aaron does weekends? Because, he has to see his kids on the weekends. He'd much rather be in the slammer. It'd be a lot better time for him. And the judge said, no, we're not doing that. Actually, report to the jail Friday. And in 8 days' time, perhaps we'll let you go back home again. So Aaron is facing this.
If you haven't been killed.
So that's what Aaron is facing right now is 8 days in jail. And if there's one thing Aaron's good at, it's coping.
3 days later.
And that is not the fucking link. How am I getting this link when I'm trying to get to I had everything running so smoothly today. I bet it's a Stalin 19 clip.
Nobody would have even known you messed up if you hadn't have said anything.
You're right. Everyone would have assumed that that's what I was trying to watch.
8 days later.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Do with the jail thing. I'm still waiting for the jail thing to hit me.
All right. Let me start from the beginning.
It was bad last night, man. I slept poorly. It had nothing to do with jail. Nothing to do with the jail thing. I'm still waiting for the jail thing to hit me.
Is that incredible?
The jail thing is a terrible way to refer to your cellmate.
Jealous? Me? I'm not jealous.
Yeah.
Jealous, you say.
Guys, I slept like shit. You think it's because of jail? It's definitely not because of jail. That's not why I'm not sleeping well.
Never even heard of jail.
I don't miss her at all. I never even think about her. Why are you even bringing her up?
We didn't bring her up. You brought her up.
No, I didn't. You did.
I'm starting to think maybe I just have a really damn good attitude, and I'm
He's amazing, isn't he?
It's incredible.
He's like, how is it that I'm just like so comfortable with doing 8 days in jail? Why am I so amazing at this?
He's a magician.
It's my can-do attitude.
It's incredible. But maybe he'll tell us why he wasn't able to sleep. I'm sure there's some other reason for it.
I'm just looking at this the right way, and I've got my head on straight. That could be the case. Or I could be in massive amounts of denial, but I kind of feel like today is the day where it has to hit me.
That's an ISO.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty good. What do you think the therapist would say to that? If you want to be like, yeah, I'm not worried about this thing that I've been dreading forever at all.
I mean, the therapist would be getting the information they need to diagnose him, and they get paid by the hour, so they'd probably just let him go.
Yeah, it's true.
Because we're going in Friday. We don't know. Apparently, the 3 timetables on the table right now are 8 days, 4 and 4, or 4 twos. Now, I want, and I have.
He was hoping for every other hour.
Yeah.
Until like 16 days. Yeah, just for every other hour. Jesus Christ, just get it over with, idiot.
He also keeps saying, we're not doing anything, buddy. This is all you. We're not going in. We're not requesting anything.
I assume he's referring to his attorney who writes up these letters.
They're not going to be there with you either.
No, he will not.
It's just going to be you.
Todd Peterson will not be there. And I believe the response when they requested weekends was something like, well, all that's going to do is give you more time to be on your podcast, which is why you're going to jail in the first place.
Good point.
Because of the time you're spending on your podcast. So nobody want to let people work, but your work turns into like revenge porn and felonies. So we're just going to throw you in jail so you can think about that for a little bit. Makes sense.
Come to 50-50 on this. So there is no advantage either way. Either 8 straight or 4 twos.
Who's telling him that? There's a 50-50 chance. What did the judge say? We'll flip a coin when you get here?
Yeah. There's a lot of odds going on.
That's weird.
4 of a kind.
Right.
That's what I'm looking for. The thing I ain't looking for is 2 4s. Unless they can spread that shit out over like a year or 2. See, like my theory.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. All right, how about this, Aaron? Do 4 days now, and then what's your 2027 look like? We'll figure out a time that works for you.
I'm looking to do this in a way that stretches it out and is the most costly for the state and the jail.
Yeah, that is what he's talking about. And actually, it's going to get worse as he elaborates on that.
Over like a year or 2. See, like my theory is, if you have a probationary period of up to 2 years, I think you should have up to 2 years to serve the 8 days. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, Aaron, wouldn't that just be so convenient for you? Wouldn't that just work out perfectly?
See, again, this sums up Aaron perfectly. Everything is about the present. Hey, that's a problem for tomorrow, Aaron. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. So he goes, would it be great if I had up to 2 years to serve these 8 days? And his thought was, I know what you're thinking. That sounds great for you, Aaron. Yeah. No, that sounds horrific. Get it over with, you idiot. Plus, this probation period, they're looking for you to slip up. So at any point, they just be like, you know what? Forget the 15 days. We're bringing that up to 45. Or we're throwing you in there for 60, you know?
We're throwing away the key.
What an idiot. He just wants this looming over him forever.
But that's funny what you say about it's present, Aaron.
Yep.
Never worrying about tomorrow, which isn't always the worst way to live, except he's completely worried. So
he's not sleeping.
There's no way to live.
Yeah, it's not house noises, guys. It's
right. The fact
terror.
Right. The fact that he's not sleeping and his solution is let's put it off more.
Yeah, right.
Crazy.
In your favor, and it would. I believe that. But no, the reason I wasn't sleeping well last night was because I had a caffeine drink during the evening show, and I'm just up.
That makes sense. A 38-year-old man would not know when to drink a caffeinated beverage on a weeknight, and that's why he wasn't able to sleep real well. Sure, I'll go along with that.
Usually, if I fire up a little Royal Match and I throw something up on the TV, it wears my eyes out and I fall asleep. I sound like an old man. Then I have Nana has a glass of warm milk. So I do.
He's playing Royal Match on his phone to go to sleep to.
Oh, it's a game. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, it's a game that girls play on their phones.
I'm like, I'll fire that shit up.
Yeah. Doesn't sound too bad.
All that, I keep waking up, and I'm waking up every hour and a half, 2 hours. Like I'm.
This doesn't sound like a caffeine thing, does it?
No.
That sounds like I'm worrying about shit thing if you're waking up every hour and a half. Just throwing that out there. I've slept before. That's how I know this.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
But isn't he always like that? Didn't we watch that graph where
Yes.
he's just up all night all the time anyway?
Yeah, Moody actually was able to document every time Aaron visited Kiwi Farms, and he does not sleep at night. He is up all night checking for one more person to be like, Nick Rekieta sucked. Yeah, all right. That's another one. He's on my side.
Do all that, I keep waking up, and I'm waking up every hour and a half, 2 hours. Like I'm not getting solid sleep. I feel good. You know, I got my trusted crack cocaine in a can here. I'm going to be fine energy-wise. But just slept like piss and shit and woke up like this every time. Just this
Crying.
Sinusy, sniffly thing. And I wish I could say that there was something I could do to fix the situation, but I think people might be right.
Stop drinking caffeine at nighttime.
Stay off the internet.
Yeah, there you go.
Deal directly with your problems?
Yes. I've heard of this.
That all sounds well and good, guys, but realistically, what can I do?
Talk to tomorrow, Aaron.
Oh, no, he's pissed at me. I don't want to call that guy.
I owe him money.
And you have to admit this when you live in a rural area, it's the goddamn corn. It's corn dust.
Okay, first it was caffeine. Now it's corn dust that's keeping him up at night.
It's the #1 killer.
I've seen a lot of television commercials for sleep aids. Never once, if you're suffering from corn dust.
Corn dust keeping you up?
Not a single time have I seen that. I have this thing, but we live in New York State. Maybe it's a little bit different. The windows close. It's amazing. I can close my windows, and all the corn dust just can't even get in. It just hits right off the glass.
It's corn dust is what it is.
I love that wrestler. Remember corn dust? He had the Tourette's.
I can't sleep. Ooh, 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 ooh.
He would throw corn dust in the guy's eyes when the ref wasn't looking. I've never even heard of corn dust.
Oh, I'll be up all night.
We here in Minnesota will never forget the name of
Oh, no.
corn dust. Jesus H. Christ, no, you're thinking of the letter that was filed by the prosecution this week. It is not up to the prosecution. It's up to the judge, my friend. But that's okay.
Oh, so what he's referring to here is what we were talking about, where the prosecution was like, yeah, you're not getting weekends. All it's going to do is give you more time to be on your show. And I will say, listen, I'll be very selfish right now. I wanted Aaron to get weekends because weekends Aaron comes in every Monday with a story or two.
Yeah.
And that would be more interesting for us. Oh, yeah. I host a little show called This Little Piggy. And Aaron going away for 8 days doesn't help our cause at all. There will be great stories after that. I can't wait to hear about his triumphs in jail. He's going to win cornhole tournaments. He's going to be making everyone laugh. He'll probably be a gang member by the time he gets out.
The cornhole tournament thing will probably be half true.
Right.
I think we're going to hear a lot about how unfair things are in there and how we're never going to believe it. Like, it's just they say they're going to do something and they don't. Like, it's unbelievable. We got to do something about this.
Yeah, Chili DeCastro from Delete Law's YouTube channel, he got put in the slammer, and boy, did he feel like he was treated unfairly. It's almost like they wanted to tear people from wanting to go back there again. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
And it's almost like nobody's really looking into the treatment of prisoners and improving it at the moment. That's not a priority.
Yeah, probably not. What about the white ones, though, Adam? Can we help them out?
I can only do so much.
All right.
Nova says you're going to have energy drink withdrawal in jail. Uh-oh. Probably not. I don't have energy drinks on the weekends.
That would be the most pussy thing you could possibly do. Oh, can I just get a little caffeine? I got a headache over here. I think someone beat this guy up.
This will take your mind off it.
And I'm fine, so I think we're going to get through it by the grace of God.
All right, that's what I wanted to play from that. Thanks to the great Stalin 19 or Stalin 19 or whoever he is, whoever he may be, for posting that for us. You want to get caught up on Karmic real quick?
Yeah.
Because I was watching Tukey Soup last night. They had a special guest host, El Horrible, was filling in for Tukey.
He's good.
He's pretty good. You know,
mysterious.
On Bedabbling Live, he's pretty good. I don't know how good he is on Tukey Soup. But anyway, so El Horrible was watching Karmic, who is like staying with Felicia right now, and is like in wherever Felicia lives, and he's wandering around doing IRL streaming. And, you know, when we first met Karmic, this guy had an edge to him. He had a point of view. He was living in the Valley of Men, and all of us were pussies. I think he called me out specifically for not being a real man. And I was like, hey, no, I have that saved still.
I have it, yeah.
You know?
He told me I was a loser because I read books.
Right. So Karmic had it all figured out. He had life all figured out. And then we found out he took his first airplane ride. And he took that to one of those big cities where he met up with a girl.
A girl?
Yeah. And she let him take her panties off. So Karmic's like since then is like been experienced the world like an Amish 18-year-old.
So he was literally living in a valley of men. If this is
Yeah, right.
okay, now I get
That
it.
is the problem.
Okay.
But it turns out, yeah, that maybe he wasn't as worldly as he was letting on. But, Adam, you want to set up the clip that you grabbed for us, catching up with KarmicX?
Well, after all of that, I just wanted to see what he was up to because I think his girlfriend is no longer his girlfriend. He's given up alcohol, so he's battling sobriety live on camera. His views have gone to the thousands to less than 100, and he's streaming nonstop, which is not a good combination. So I randomly clicked in, and this is what I saw him up to.
Let's have another Tato.
Eating snacks.
Tato. These are fucking good. I ain't lying.
I believe you.
A salty fried potato treat. Yeah, sounds like it's probably pretty good.
He daintily covers his mouth.
Yeah.
Wash it down with some Coca-Cola.
That was really good. Really good.
Oh, he's doing food reviews.
Yeah, real-time snack reviews. Oh, that was really good. Cool. Well, get back to me when you try a pretzel. I want to know what that's like.
He is better than Frenchie at this.
Well, yeah.
Damn, Tato. You make a fucking good roast chicken potato. Holy shit.
God, even that flavor is boring.
It's so Midwest.
Roasted chicken with ketchup.
Ooh, this one's stew flavored. Gross.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 10 plus.
What?
Spurg Snake is back. How's Quadfather's dick, you nobody fucking loser? Tell me, Spurg. How's Quad's fucking half man chub in your mouth, you fucking hairless piece of shit?
Okay, we're back to good old Karmic.
A little something for everyone.
Okay. Who was getting insulted right there? Was it Quadfather or the guy who was messaging Karmic right there?
It was Spurg. You know,
Yeah, because it was Spurg. But if I'm Quadfather, I'm just like, Jesus, you got to make fun of my dick just because you're mad at this guy?
took a lot of shrapnel there. Unnecessarily so.
This is sober Karmic.
What is this show?
Potatoes make you angry.
Yeah, I guess so.
He kind of reminds me of my grandpa.
All right, Grandpa. I'll tell Spurg to get Quadfather's dick out of his mouth. I want to thank people who are going to supertip.gg/WATP and supporting the show and participating as well, like Happy Valley Wrecking Crew, our Pens fans who watch the show.
Let him who hath understanding reckon the number of the beast, for it is a human number. Its number is 666.
Skull.
I can hear the intro now. Captain Cheese coming in. The closest Aaron ever gets to wearing a steel toe is all the times he kicks the can down the road. That's well put. Well said. Anonymous coming in.
Don't worry, Carl. Just like delete laws, I'll call SP and do my show from the phone.
Oh my God, that'd be great. If Aaron can podcast from jail, that would be fantastic.
He gets like a bootleg cell phone. He's just like, Rumble Rants, Super Tips.
Yeah. He has a keister it.
Yeah. He's got a
flip phone. Carl's rescued fetus coming in.
I initially thought I had been invited to Saudi Arabia, but then I realized my invitation was actually to the Retard Comedy Festival. I'll have dates, location, and ticket prices soon. G-A-G-I, yeah.
It's an honest mistake, though. I could see why that would happen.
It's probably not the first time.
Probably not. All right. Trent Pivo says, hello, friend. Hello, friend. Carol Dillon with €5. Why does John make that weird sucking noise every time he talks? Between that and Opie's voice affections, my brain's fried. Friend. I think it's fried. I listen to more of that shit than you do, okay? Yeah. Don't come complaining to me.
To be fair, John can't help but suck.
Oh, my God. The lip smacking. That's why Gary is off.
It's a bunch of crap.
Yeah, that's why he's done with it. He couldn't take it anymore.
It killed him.
John, the midget, actor. Please send Vinny home. He's the worst.
All right.
You heard what John, the midget, actor said.
Did he even pay for that? Was that even a super tip, Carl? What the fuck?
That's a $1.99. Let's leave it up there for a while.
All right.
Scott Schaffer became a new member. Thank you very much, Scott. Go to the membership tab. Rocco Orby 2002. Hopefully Aaron doesn't get the lost profits treatment.
Oh, did you see that with Gino and Kiki?
I did
Who's
not.
that guy's name from the Lost Prophets?
Ian Watkins.
Yeah, he's a vicious PDF file who was just murdered in prison. And on their stream, somebody was like, hey, I just lost my friend Ian Watkins. Can you say a little something for them? And Gino just stopped what he was doing.
Oh,
poured out
I did see
wine,
that.
And like really gave it everything he had. It was really funny.
That's funny.
Carl, I have it pulled and ready to go for Friday's Creep Off.
Okay, good.
Because we're inducting Ian into the Creep Off Hall of Fame
right.
Friday afternoon.
That's right. He's
at
getting
noon.
inducted. Go to the patreon.com/thecreepoff. Or you can sign up on our YouTube page. You want to see the bonus shows we do every Friday.
That's it.
Roach Weiser became a YouTube member. Thank you very much. So did Mark Davis. And so did Walter the Doorman. Thanks, guys. Get exclusive content under the membership tab. Ebony. I have interrupted quality time in my life size. I've interrupted quality time with my life-size Pikachu for this audio-visual feast.
We're honored.
Thank you.
The sex dolls that we were talking about with Kaya on Saturday, and they had the Pokemon sex dolls.
Yeah, I tried to block that out, but
I thought you were going to say I tried to fuck one. The Rickest Rick comes in with $5. Found Stuttering John from Carl and a TSN member for 24 months and was at both DabbleCons. I see your picture right there, sir. Looking good. Been waiting for an arm wrestling video forever. FSJ, go Bills. Woo! Yes, the Rickest Rick. It's coming up later on in the program. And Gary Babcock, why do these nothings act so entitled? Talking about me again? Oh, I guess they were talking about Karmic. Probably.
Yeah. The people we cover.
All right. Producer Chris, because it is episode 666, I didn't want to ignore that.
Oh, gotcha.
You brought in a little package for us.
Yeah, we
talk about metal mascara a few times on this show.
Oh, yes.
we had to sprinkle in a little bit of metal. You know, it's only an episode number, but
sure.
Yeah, let's check in on our friend Chrissy Salem, who illustrates what style over substance really means in my clip one. Here's a reintroduction to Chrissy.
Great to have you. Awesome to have you in the Metal Mascara house. Yeah. Today we're talking about the unrealized warrior. Which cherry might be you? Could be any one of you. But it's many of you, I guarantee. You're gonna be like, Chrissy, man, that makes sense. Oh, what you've never met before. I'm Chrissy Salem, Inspirational Entertainment Channel, speaker rocker. I'm the real deal from head to toe. People jumping on. No way out. That's right. Head to toe.
I never know when to stop these clips.
I understand.
With these fucking
it doesn't
crazy
make any
people.
sense. So Chrissy is this thing's name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So much work goes into this. Like, I can't imagine the amount of work. And
What?
I spent hours prepping for my show. Putting this together looks daunting to me.
You don't have a boombox like that.
Well, I don't.
Carl,
Is that a real snake?
Yeah, look out, Chrissy.
it's a Fisher-Price microphone. Do you hear that echo?
Yeah, that's Mr. Microphone to you.
I'm talking not about the audio. I'm talking more about the visual here, the makeup, the background. I mean, just stretching out that cotton to look like spider webs, that could take hours alone.
Sound like you know.
I don't.
So the name of this short that Chrissy put out is called "You're Not a Loser," or maybe it's pronounced "You're Not a Loser."
Oh, that's right. I forgot that this is all inspirational to make you feel like you could be living your best life.
Right. So
while you watch this loser stand in his basement. Wait,
Chrissy's-
did I say his?
It goes by she, I believe.
She. Okay, my bad.
I think Lucy did a deep dive on Chrissy.
I'll make fun of Chrissy, but I don't want to misgender this person.
Right. Yeah.
God forbid.
Yeah, that's what Chrissy does is offer questions like, are you feeling like this? Does this piss you off? Blah, blah, blah. Never one solution.
No.
And it's just amazing. There's some diet advice coming up in my clip too.
Okay, that's one thing I will take advice from this person. Like, rail thin. Let me guess. The diet advice is do meth.
Well, let's move on
Spoiler.
to clip 3. No.
Diet advice.
Let her rip.
So how much weight you gotta lose? Yeah, making sure you're a little softened up before I ask. Was it 10, 50, 100? What is it? You're not happy about it. Good. Neither was I. This isn't about diet. It's not about training. It's not about Chrissy. I don't know why I eat healthy. You eat too much.
Oh.
That's pretty good advice.
It's actually more an observation.
Yeah. I like the idea that you see this person, you're like, how do I be more like that person? Wait, your life used to be out of control? Really? You got to figure it out now, though, right? Okay, good.
Yeah. I don't know if Chrissy has a job other than this. There's a lot of views.
She looks very employable, but I hear what you're saying.
I'm guessing this is like a 65-year-old gay man.
Yeah.
And I was like waiting for someone to pound on the wall, like, keep it down in there. Or, Chrissy, it's time for bed.
Right.
I never know what the fuck she's talking about, but this is just a great example of this. So take it away, clip 3.
Character deficiencies. Yeah, you lack character. Don't matter who you are, what age you are, you lack character. There are things about you need to address and fix, because they stink. Then you have your annoying habits. We all have annoying habits, and those stink. And then experiences, particularly ones of the heart, where we were broken up with, rejected, or we broke up with somebody, that mix of things. Those things we seem to take with us everywhere we go as life goes on. We learn those lessons. All right, so what is all this?
It's gobbledygook.
Yeah. You guys ever see a motivational speaker in real life before?
Yes.
Not in real life.
Me too.
Yes.
I worked for Gannett, and Gannett sent us all to watch this motivational speaker, and I swear to God, it's verbatim. Except for this guy had his shit together, so we were like, all right, maybe he's got this figured out. You know what I mean?
What makes you think Chrissy doesn't have her shit
There's
together?
a couple clues. But honestly, like, all of this stuff is just regurgitated. They all say the same things, and none of it really means anything. None of
Yeah, it could
connects.
apply to anyone usually or
Right.
anything. So
It must be reading a horoscope, right? You're going to be lucky this month, and next week you're going to meet an old friend again.
I feel like, you know how we always say Howard like repeats like everything he hears from his therapist to his audience?
Yeah.
This is like this person read the back of a self-help book and feels qualified to tell everyone how to read their
That's what I mean. Like, this is all just regurgitated shit. And I would love for this person to go on Dick Masterson's show. And the reason why I say that is because Dick asks the best follow-up question ever, which is, what do you mean by that?
yes.
I would love for Dick to just sit there and go, what do you mean by that?
Chrissy needs a producer. Someone sitting there. So that was my palate cleanser. Call it a wellness check. This is exactly what you get every time you check in on Chrissy.
Great. Well, there we fulfilled our 666
Happy Halloween
episode.
Oh yeah,
number
666, yeah.
right? Yeah, we did
I've
it.
never done DMT personally, but I hear it's a lot like this, and everyone sees the same thing. You know, an alien, and they tell you stuff, and you feel connected. I feel like she's just reliving one of those.
Oh yeah, reliving.
I'd rather get my news from Joe Rogan on DMT, but I
A wide variety of sources. You want to compare. And,
I think you might be onto something there. All right. I talked about this with Drew yesterday, but I feel like it's so interesting to me. And this Riyadh Comedy Festival over in Saudi Arabia that was sponsored by the Saudi government. Like they're the ones who put this festival on and brought all these mostly American comics out to this festival and paid them buttloads of money to put on a comedy festival. And I remember when it first started surfacing, the lineup, it was on social media. People were like, is this real? It didn't look real. Dave Chappelle and Bill Burr. I mean, it's literally the who's who of every big comic who's out there right now. And Sam Morril. And so this was going around and people discovered that it was real and were flabbergasted that some of these comics would take a gig like this, specifically guys like Bill Burr. Bill Burr is a man who's been talking about how billionaires should be taken down to the street and shot. And he was praising the Luigi Mangione for shooting that healthcare CEO. And he's just like, we got to fight the man. And those are the people who are the problem in this world. And then he's taking money from the Saudi royalty.
And I want to applaud the Crown Prince for putting that journalist in that suitcase.
That's what I mean. It's so hypocritical.
It's nuts.
It's so wild. And so, like, again, I didn't really care about it because I'm not a guy who's sitting there like, I wouldn't take money from those people. I'm just like, yeah, they offered me a buttload of money. Like, it's going to go to someone. Sure, why not? But so I didn't really care about it until we started seeing the reactions from people and the way they've responded to the criticism. Bill Burr being the biggest example. Like, Bill has been having meltdowns, handling this so poorly on his podcast. Blind Mike's been covering it really, really well. And so Bill is just getting inundated by negative comments and haters, and he doesn't know how to respond. And so he's just digging himself a deeper and deeper hole with every comment he makes. He's calling people who criticize him bots. He's acting like he can't explain himself or else it'll be taken out of context and then it'll be passed around. So he's not giving explanations for things, not answering questions. He used to have, this two shows a week, and the segment at the end of the show is always answering emails and feedback and questions. He's abandoned that now. Every question is about this Riyadh Comedy Festival where he took $1.6 million or however much it was and is acting like, hey, fuck you. People want to laugh. I went over there and made them laugh. And he won't address how much money he made. He won't address who paid him the money. He's just handling it very poorly. So I thought that was interesting. I've always been a big Bill Burr fan, and I find it fascinating the way he's responded to this. What I didn't know is that Whitney Cummings is handling this just as poorly, if not worse.
Worse.
Okay, I think it is. And I'll explain why. But first, let's back up real quick. Because Chris D'Elia did not go to this comedy festival. Oh. I assume he wasn't invited because he's not a very funny comic. However, Eric Griffin claimed that he was offered a gig there and turned out because it wasn't. I know. Eric Griffin on the Golden Hour said they offered me, but it wasn't enough money, so I turned it down.
What?
I know. Is Eric Griffin like a stand-up people want to see? Okay, I'll ask you, Vinny. I asked this on Drew's show yesterday. Eric Griffin, if he's doing stand-up, is he playing a theater? Is he playing a club?
He's playing clubs, I think. I can't picture him in theaters.
He's probably headlining
clubs.
He's
definitely headlining clubs. He has a big enough name for that. Okay. But I would assume between the two of them, D'Elia is the bigger name.
Oh, for sure. And Chris, I don't think, got invited for a number of reasons, I'm sure. Well, anyway, they're on the Golden Hour, right? So Chris D'Elia and Eric Griffin. Brendan Schaub's not on this episode, so it's palatable. And the producer brings up this Crack Amico song, making fun of all the comics that did the Riyadh Comedy Festival. And they key in on the part about Whitney Cummings. Now, if you don't know the history between Whitney and Chris D'Elia, Chris played on Whitney's sitcom Whitney. He was the main character, right?
The boyfriend.
He was the boyfriend. Whitney had two sitcoms, Two Broke Girls that lasted a few seasons. And then she had Whitney that only lasted the one season. But Chris D'Elia was cast on that.
He was the male lead. The
male lead, yes. And then when the Me Too movement hit and all that shit with Chris D'Elia came out, about what he was up to. Whitney did not have his back, and Whitney was very vocal during the Me Too movement, and Chris D'Elia and her had a big falling out over this. There's a lot more to it than that. I'm just, whatever. High-level view. So no love lost there between these two. Chris D'Elia goes on the Golden Hour last week and reacts to this Crack-A-Miko song making fun of Whitney Cummings.
What about Miss Whitney? Voice for strong women? Bitch, you gotta be shitting me. I remember you vividly, Simon D'Elia wickedly. You headed to a place where they treating women maliciously, beating the bitches viciously, physically dominating hoes. Silver lining, we
This
can't
is a
see
very
her
good
body when
point.
it's draped in robes. She gon' fit right in with the ancient ruins. Hey, Sebastian, what are you doing?
That's funny. Yeah, it's I don't like any of this.
Listen, I hear what you're trying to say, but it is what it is.
So Eric Griffin has nothing.
Thanks, Eric.
he always adds exactly nothing.
Dynamite
to
dropping.
every conversation. But literally, Chris is going out of his way to take the high road and not make comments about Whitney specifically. I mean, even though they just played, the producer played that for him. He's like, oh, yeah, okay. I mean, early in the episode, he says this.
Some of these comics on it, you're like, oh, weren't you very vocal about fucking Me Too? You know what I mean? Or like, it's like, it's just so weird.
So that was, I think, the reference to Whitney Cummings. But again, he's given a chance later on to call out Whitney specifically, and he pretty much takes the high road.
I mean, I don't want to talk bad about,
Really?
But yeah.
Good for you.
I try not to. Look, if you can't see the fucking ridiculousness in a lot of it, then
Yeah, but but that's what I'm saying.
You can't just. I can't live in that.
I know.
World, and it's tough, but
Yeah,
But yeah,
I think it's listen. Your thing right now is that you don't want to seem bitter or whatever. But this, I mean, take yourself out of it. Take the situation.
Yeah, you would think
out of it. This is hilarious.
You'd be like, this is the great. Like I said, a lot of it is really good points.
So I am not a Chris D'Elia fan, as you guys know. But it seems like he's taking the high road, and I did a ton of research on this to see if there's somewhere else that he's calling Whitney out specifically on another show and social media posts. I couldn't find anything. Now, Whitney's getting a lot of shit from people.
So it's almost like Chris is on a boring show that doesn't talk about anything or make any points.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, go figure. Nothing happened on the Golden Hour. The best part about it was the Crack-A-Miko song.
Right.
Finally got entertaining for a second.
Finally, someone wants to hear your thought on something, and you're like, no, pass.
Yeah, and then Eric Griffin goes, I mean, whatever. Cool.
It is what it is, Carl. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Cool. All right, so Whitney on her show this week comes on, and at the end of the show, she decides to address the controversy over her performing at the Riyadh Comedy Festival.
This is the second podcast where I did start talking about the Riyadh Comedy Festival. I can see the thing now. Whitney Cummings addresses the festival. You know what? I don't think I need to address it. You guys have it all figured out. I think you guys got it.
Yeah.
Ooh, she does not have a good strategy in place. She's already up in her head, like, oh, me addressing this is going to cause more people talking about it. Like, that's the beauty of this, is like Bill Burr has made this so much worse for himself. He could have come out and just been like, pay me a lot of money. What are you going to do? But instead, he tried to like explain it and criticize people who are criticizing him.
And then ignore it.
And call them robots. Dave Chappelle was at the comedy festival saying that there's more free speech in Saudi Arabia than there is in the United States. He should be getting way more shit for that. And everyone's just like, all right, whatever. He's not talking about it. No one can find him. No one's interviewing him. So out of sight, out of mind.
Good strategy.
Whitney has picked the exact wrong strategy, where she comes and just like, I mean, I'll address this, but I guess you guys already got your minds made up because everyone knows way more than I do. Everyone's so fucking smart. So passive aggressive. Like, oh, I guess you guys have it all figured out over there, don't you?
Sometimes when I have a different opinion, condescension and baby talk kind of set me right.
Yeah. That'll definitely get your detractors to be like, she's got a good point there.
Mm-hmm.
She really did make me feel dumb.
Oh, she's getting snarky.
Yeah, let's leave it alone, guys.
I'm pretty sure they didn't pay her as much as Chappelle, because if they did, she probably wouldn't be podcasting or running to the internet to even talk at all, right?
Right. There were some pretty big discrepancies on what people were paid. Of course, the one person we know for a fact, Tim Dillon, was offered $375,000, in which Tim said, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
And then Tim ran his mouth at every podcast about the regime over there and the shitheads they are, and they fired him. And no one looks better from this thing than Tim Dillon. It's very funny. So this is the worst way to handle this possible. And I would imagine, I know she has an agent, a manager. You would think a publicist, right? Whitney would have a publicist.
Yes.
Like, wouldn't you have a meeting with your publicist before you go out and address something like this, Adam?
She seems easy to control.
Well,
exactly. She seems like she's not going to take advice, and that they just have to manage what she does.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
No, what's happening now is really fascinating. We always wonder how Howard Stern became Howard of now. Like, we watched a very liberal Democrat creep conservative as Democrats didn't like the choices she made, so she ran to the side that would support whatever she was doing at the time. And this is becoming like a full conversion.
Yeah. And the point I was going to make, I did take media training when I worked at E-Bombs World. So I know a little bit about this, where they're like, okay, you could be asked this question, you'd be asked that question. Like, here are the answers. Here's like where you want to steer the conversation. It's a whole thing, obviously, as you guys know. I would imagine the meeting with the publicist was, all right, here's what you don't want to do. Go on the attack against anyone who criticizes you for taking Saudi blood money. But instead, she does just the opposite.
You guys, I guess I'm this weirdo. I don't operate under, the idea that every government and their people are the same. But I guess that's like, you think that the people of Saudi Arabia and the Saudi government all share. Okay, so you also believe that the Chinese government and the Chinese people are exactly the same. It's just racism. I think it took me a second, because when people are going like, oh, you're doing something unethical, I'm like, oh, these must be ethical people. Let me listen. And then you're like, oh no, you're just racist.
Wow.
Who signed the check? The people or the government, Whitney?
That's the crazy part. And she never addresses that, because like Louis C.K. was talking about this on Bill Maher. I was watching that. And like Whitney's talking about like, well, I've played over in the Middle East before, and I played this venue and that venue. It's just like, yeah, but that was created by a promoter. Like, a promoter invited you over there and put on a show. This is the government who's trying to put out, there's a lot of reasons why they would do something like this, but a lot of it is like a PR move for them.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look at us. We're great now. Hey, 9/11, that's yesterday, man. That's old news. Hey,
we got a sense of humor.
We're cool now, right, guys?
You're show ponies.
She's pretending to not know the difference between playing a gig at the Tin Angel in Philly in America and playing at Trump's inauguration. She's pretending to not know. Like, that's all just a gig in America. Those are two very different gigs.
Trump's inauguration, I play D.C. all the time, Adam. She grew up in the D.C. area. What do you mean? What's the difference?
You know the difference.
It's just a city. So, yeah, that's crazy that she leaped that quickly. By the way, I'm not like pulling a clip from 7 minutes later. Those are the first two things she says. And the second thing she says is, if you criticize me, you're a racist. Which, I don't know what year she's living in. Maybe in 2015, this would have worked, You didn't vote for Obama. Okay, yeah, you're right. I'm a racist. You got me. But no, it doesn't really work.
You got me.
It doesn't really work as well. Now you just call people racist because they don't agree with you.
But these are also, by the way, the same people that would go like, Trump's not my president. I'm nothing like our government. But other countries are. Just because you don't believe in comedy, it doesn't mean other people don't. People are like, you sell out.
What does that mean? You don't believe in comedy?
The magic of comedy, Carl. Don't you understand?
And this comes back to Bill Burr's thing, where people criticize Bill Burr. He's just like, it was a great time. Everyone's laughing. I killed him, I said. I'm looking at the government officials. They're chuckling. Hey, what do you mean, guys?
I don't know if you know, but at the end of Whitney's set at that festival, everybody stood up and slow clapped. And she started crying, and she said, we did it.
Yep. And they're like, you know what?
If I could change.
Let's give rights back to women.
Women were slowly removing their headscarves and just tossing them.
Yes. And revealing their black eyes.
I love when a Nepo baby tells comics who grew up poor that they're sellouts. People whose dads have points on huge television shows are like, I have a backup plan, a trust fund. You're a sellout.
All right. So, two things here. She's calling out Chris D'Elia specifically. He's the Nepo baby because his dad was a producer, director, writer in Hollywood on some pretty big shows and stuff. So, he never called her a sellout. Like I said, I did some research on it. If I'm wrong, let me know. I'd be happy to correct the record on this. But I think she's jumping to that conclusion in her own head oh, you're calling me a sellout because I did the show? It's like, no, it's just disingenuous based on the Me Too movement and women's rights and everything that you kind of stood for a long time in your career. And then she goes, I grew up poor. And I was looking through the comments actually because the comments are hammering her, which is always funny. And I saw in the comments, they're just like, grew up poor. This woman went to private school in high school and then went off to a prestigious college. So I looked it up, and the private school she went to is currently $55,000 a year for high school.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yes, it's pretty nice. But she grew up poor. Okay.
Well, because her parents gave all the money to the school, apparently.
Her parents worked in government. She grew up in the D.C. area, which is weird.
She also says, you know, she's not like this Nepo baby. She was just a poor comic who got her start in comedy and had success. Well, if you'll indulge me for 1 second, I tested for the Crystalia role in the Whitney pilot.
Oh,
I
you
read
did?
with Whitney,
Okay.
did all the sessions. I was there with Crystalia. I did not get the part. And I remember when I heard that guy got it, thinking, oh, well, that guy's really fucking funny. Like, he was very good at this. He's very funny. And I didn't think about it again. So when you're a poor, up-and-coming comic, just getting her first start, able to help all her friends out, you make your male lead, your love interest, this Nepo baby. You had no problem with it before when you could have given it to anyone in town. But now that sort of thing is deeply offensive.
That's a great point. It's not like you didn't earn that role. It's not like she was told, all right, well, you have to cast Crystalia on this. Like, you saw that he auditioned and was very good at it.
Yeah.
That's
And I think
funny.
she's pissed that he played the video. I think when he played that video and then pointed to it and said, I'm not going to say anything bad, but they make a lot of good points. I think that was enough for her to feel.
Yeah.
I find that really weird that she would comment on him playing it rather and not Zach Amico for making it.
Crack
Amico,
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, and obviously she's not giving any air or flashing any light on that video, but she's also getting bombarded with negative comments from everyone. I mean, just read through her comment section. It's pretty wild. So you know that she's feeling the heat and she's taking it out on Chris as if Chris is the one who's criticizing her the most, when from what I saw, Chris is kind of taking the high road, but she continues to hammer Crystalia.
Comics have been doing rants about it. By the way, any comic who has ever worked with Live Nation, which is all of them, has taken Saudi money. But keep with your little rants. A comic tried to imply that it was hypocritical that I went because I did a special about sexual harassment and stuff like that. It was like kind of during the Me Too movement. And it's, it might be a compelling argument if it wasn't someone who was just bummed that they weren't invited, because he also believes he deserves 72 virgins.
Who's that about?
It's making it pretty obvious for us now. We don't have to figure out who the Nepo baby is anymore. We can figure that out pretty quickly.
Because he was bummed that he wasn't invited. That's
I know.
what makes what she's doing hypocritical. Got it.
And 72 virgins. I mean, that's a lot.
It's too many.
They're just jealous. She actually is reduced to they're just jealous.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. It's obviously just jealousy. Even though there's so many people who are criticizing her for this move, and this Live Nation thing, such a non-starter. To get a paycheck from the Saudi government is very different than working with a company that has 5.7% of the ownership stake is from Saudi's public investment fund, which they purchased in April of 2020 and divested in November of 2024. So they don't even own any of it anymore. And Whitney's up there going, well, you work with Live Nation, so you're just as bad. No, that has nothing to do with anything. Like, there's a publicly traded company that anyone can purchase shares of.
Right.
It's very different. You're not taking direct orders or direct money from the Saudi government.
I support all of
Yeah.
No, I
Please.
support all of the people who say I went for comedy. I went because I wanted to be one of the first women on a stage in this country. I went because this has never been done. I support that, and if you said that's why you did it, I would support you. Just don't take the money. You don't have to take the money. Go for the comedy, and no one will really say anything. Mention the hostages you want freed. Do something with it other than be a good employee, and I think people would support it. Even what Tim Dillon did shows an initial mistake, but an ability to learn, change, and grow. These people are just incapable.
Yeah. Jessica Curson also had a really rough go with this because she's a Jewish lesbian. And so her fan base is like, you're performing where? For who? What? And so Jessica Kirsten, who's not as big a comic as Whitney or Bill Burr or Louis C.K. or these people we're talking about, she decided to make good on it that she would give all the money she made to charitable foundations that help with whatever atrocities the Saudi government is up to. Which is a giant waste of time because they get all the negative PR and none of the money. That's the worst way to play this.
Also, I heard a lot of those organizations are not accepting it because they're like, we don't want your money.
Yes, that is correct.
The one that Aziz tried to give to, they're like, nope, you can keep it.
Yep. Both Aziz tried to give to that, it was Jessica too. Yeah. God, I'm blanking on it. I was talking about it with Drew yesterday, but yeah. So they're like, we don't want your blood money. That's not going to work. You can't just make up for this by handing money over to us. But she continues on with her whataboutism.
As always, thank you for listening. When you get a sec, Google Saudi Arabia Live Nation so you can be informed on the fact that anyone who has worked with Live Nation, every stand-up comic, has taken Saudi money. Google that just so that you know what you're talking about.
Or bought a ticket through Live Nation.
Or bought a ticket through Live Nation, went to a Live Nation event. All the actors who are represented by William Morris Agency, which is all of them. If you want to send them notes too.
Human Rights Watch, thanks you, Pencil Necked. So then she brings up William Morris Agency. Adam, I don't know, you probably know people who are represented by them. Maybe you are, I don't know. But
it's like she said, all of them. This is crazy what she's doing.
We have to boycott every actor now. And so I looked into this and I'm just like, wait a second, the Saudi government's controlling this agency in Hollywood? No, Silver Lake's the largest owner of it, who invests in a lot of tech out in California. And Abu Dhabi has a stake, but that's something completely different. So I don't know if she doesn't know what she's talking about or if she's just trying to throw as much shit out there so we just go, oh, all of it's confusing. You're right, Whitney, we shouldn't be criticizing anyone.
I don't pretend to know anything about this, but when she said throw them your notes or whatever, that's what this is
that's
about.
What this is about. Yeah, she doesn't appreciate the criticism. She doesn't want it.
And who she's grabbing down into this bucket is insane. It shows you how this happened. She's like, let me just take down everyone I can think of in town randomly.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you ever heard of George Clooney? You're like, I guess. I'm supposed to be mad at him now, too? Okay. Thanks, Whitney.
He's also done things that are you can be critical of.
Right.
Yes, that's true, John, but we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about what you did.
It's a lot of whataboutism, isn't it? Seems that way. And then the producer here, Pat, has the straw man argument of all straw man arguments.
How could you, a woman on stage, agree to perform where they don't let women on stage?
It's
I'm gonna try
you know
to
what
get
it
the
is.
math right on that
this is
statement, but
regression of the highest order.
They don't let women on stage.
No.
How could you go?
How could you? How could you do this? And how could you?
How could you? And how could you?
And also,
no one's making the point that women in Saudi Arabia aren't allowed to perform on stage. We know that they did at this comedy festival. We're very aware of the lineup. It was announced. There were
yeah. I don't think that was the point they meant to make.
But he's just like, oh my gosh, I got the best point right now. Yeah, you know what? Famous Americans are allowed to work in Saudi Arabia. So there. It's just like, yeah. That's not the people that we're concerned about. The famous Americans, they treat actually very well. Listen to Bill Burr talk about the treatment that he got over there. It seemed like it was pretty nice. They're pretty good to him. That's not the people we're worried about.
Were women even allowed to go to the show?
There were women at the show.
Okay.
Yeah. And listen, Saudi is trying to make changes to the way they treat women. They allow them to drive now, which is neat.
Yeah, they don't have to start there.
Slow down.
They can actually work in certain industries where they weren't allowed to work before. I mean, you still have to have a man give you permission to do it. But, it's starting to loosen up a little bit over there. And Whitney should be very proud of the progress that they're making.
She was rightly so, a vocal opponent against violence against women.
Yeah.
And people were like, we're with you, Whitney. And you know what? We think this boyfriend of yours might be violent against women. And she was like, ho, ho, ho. We're going to rethink this whole thing. That's not how this works. Bill Burr spent a career pointing out hypocrisy to people in their own lives and forcing them to feel differently about beliefs they've held since childhood and was successful at it. And now these people are critical thinkers, and they're saying to you, Bill, maybe you should rethink this thing. And he's like, go fuck yourself. Shut down the phone lines. No more communication. No more podcast. I don't do that. That's only for you.
And my buddy Drew Lane, he brought up a great point about this because he's also one of these guys just like, fuck you, Bill Burr. Bill Burr's a guy who can never be wrong. No matter what you'd say to Bill Burr. I remember when the wildfires broke out in L.A., and Bill Burr's like, everyone's criticizing the firefighters. They did a great job. What the fuck is anyone talking about? Like, how do you know if the firefighters did a good job or not? Are you a firefighter? But he always he goes on these late night shows, and he always has a strong opinion, and he's always right. And you can't criticize him because you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And this one,
he knows you can't criticize firefighters, so that's the take.
People were criticizing the firefighters out there. Not the point.
Well, I mean, they were roasting marshmallows, Bill.
Yeah.
And they were very good at it.
So, yeah, I mean, Bill's kind of lost his way, and I really don't think he's going to recover from this. And I want to keep an eye on Whitney and see how she continues to handle this because she's just asking for way more criticism. It's going to get worse.
Yeah, she's going to get it.
Yeah, I have a feeling. So we'll keep an eye on her podcast and any appearances she makes.
She's handling it well.
She's handling it so poorly. She called us racist.
I was thinking Aaron Himholt sucks at gaslighting, but looks like he's pretty good at it compared to this.
Yep.
She was on that New Year's Eve stream speaking only truths. Remember that? She was just like hitting all these conspiracy theories and just on
I
the
remember
right
that.
side.
Yes.
That was not that long ago.
That's right. I forgot. There was like a researcher like, whoa, where did this come from? All of a sudden, she's like opening her eyes to shit. You're right. I forgot about that.
And then she fell in love.
Yes. Yeah. And she goes on this podcast to talk even more about how she's just trying to help her audience not be racist. She brings that up again. She doubles down on that.
Oh, turns out she is the good guy.
Yeah, obviously. Is that crazy? I can't even imagine a scenario where I would just turn on thousands of people just be like, well, you're all racist. And be like, that's my strategy.
Well, have you ever bought a comedy ticket?
I have. Yes.
You're going to hell.
I have. All right, we have Tom Myers versus the rest of the world. Had our buddies EZ and Christian Blatt on the show last week. We want to talk about that. Opie is back. I'm happy to say the Opie and Ron show is back on. We'll be talking about that. And then we have some really funny Opie and Stuttering John comparisons, as well as Stuttering John finding out that we have the Pro Football Arm Wrestling Championship episodes. We'll watch John react to that, and then we'll watch John on the episodes, which I'm very excited about. I know. We have a lot to get to, but first, supertip.gg/WATP is where you can go, like Hellraiser69 did.
R.I.P. Ian Watkins.
Whoa.
So sorry about your friend.
Gonzo coming in. Love you, Carl, but still upset at how long you simped for toe. All right, fair enough. That's why pencils have erasers, Gonzo. Mark Davis. You know, back then he wasn't going to jail for revenge porn. I just want to let you guys know that. We didn't know what he was up to. Mark Davis coming in. How long before Rocco has a new puppet, Corn Dust?
Not too long.
I'm waiting for Corn Diff to address the controversy over keeping Aaron up at night. Sean, the producer, coming in. Programming note. House sitting for a client from Thursday to Monday, so my boring super chats / super tips may be few and far between for the next 5 days. Unacceptable.
Yeah, right.
House sitting is like isn't that the easiest job in the world? Just sit around and stare at the fridge?
Thanks a lot, Sean. He's going to take that out on Chris later.
Yep. I'm pissed. I like that Adam turns off his camera, but not his microphone.
Was that annoying?
No, you're fine.
Okay, good. I just needed to snort a line.
Sean with $5. Thank you very much, Sean. Appreciate that.
Rumor has it D'Elia refused to go to Saudi Arabia because the royals wouldn't pay him in minor brides for his harem. Meanwhile, Louis C.K. was happy to spank it in Dubai in front of Insta models.
You mean they can't say no here?
Do they have Snapchat? They don't.
Holy shit.
Tell Aziz that I'm half marginalized and have trans kids. I'll take his blood money.
So am I. I'll take his money so I can finish my art studio and buy 12 iPads so I can save trans kids' lives.
And Antonio comes in, becomes a member. Thank you very much, Antonio. Team Queef and Beef, a member for 10 months. Episode 666, Hail Satan, Hail Carl, Hail Chris, Hail Adam, Hail Vinny, I guess. Hail Satan. Soccer Night in Detroit. Happy 666, Carl. Remember, there are two numbers that are worse.
88.
Oh, is that what it is?
And 86. Like when they're out of what I want to eat.
Yeah, I hate that. Zach Hoffman, I'm only here this week for Vinnie Carlino.
Vinnie Carlino.
Love you, dude.
You gotta love Vinnie Carlino.
Thanks, Zach.
If we were a couple. James Q. Legend, did she perform for people that believe in 72 virgins? Boom. Probably. Vinny's face is way too small for his beard.
It's getting long.
Hi, Carl. AO1012, I wanted the money. Just say it. It's very easy. That's what Tim Dillon said. He's like, yeah. He went on Joe Rogan, the biggest platform around. He just goes, oh, yeah, I said yes. It's $35,000. I'll take that.
Yep. Not made of stone.
It's fine. Guillermo, handyman to the stars. I find Moodhead very distracting to watch. His face looks two-dimensional. I actually drew him before the show started.
I'm AI,
in
case anyone was wondering.
That's how he's here. All right. I'm very excited to talk about one of our good buddies.
You know, it's no different than, a police officer running to the scene of a crime or a firefighter running into a burning building. It's what I do.
Now, he records this show on Zoom. I was watching clips of it on Who Are These Broadcasters yesterday, but he doesn't put out a video version of it. He puts out a video on YouTube where you can't see him or the guests at all. But then when they go to video clips, they'll have that pulled up. So you can watch the video clips they're watching, but you don't see them. And I don't know if it's because of his hairline. His face is all over everything. So everyone knows. Like, what is he afraid of? Why can't he show the video of them in this Zoom call?
I think the other people on the show don't want to be seen with him.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot of
That
sense.
makes sense. All right, where do you want to start? Vinny was checking out Tom Myers versus the rest of the world. And I know that you've spoken with Tom Myers directly, of course.
Unfortunately.
When I wasn't on the show and you and Adam got a chance to have him on the show.
We had fun.
You know, here's the thing, Carl. I have brought Tom Myers as the worst podcast WATP has covered many times.
Because you wanted an easy win. And I get that.
Yeah.
I understand.
I hate listening to his show. So just on a principle, I'm upset with Christian and Eric for going on it.
You should be.
Because I want to like Eric.
I'm upset with that for WATB, but we can both be upset with them for different reasons.
Great. Let's talk about this. This is how bad the show is, ladies and gentlemen. I want, for those of you who don't know who Tom Myers is, just to have a little refresher. This is his awesome chunk on Kristi Noem at the start of the show. This is the type of humor that we're dealing with today.
Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem was denied the use of a public bathroom in a municipal building in Chicago. They have every right to worry. If she squats and starts grunting, there's every chance that an alien will pop out of her snatch and clog the toilet. Imagine being such a fascist that even cops look at you and tell you to fuck off. They do have the right to refuse service to anyone for any reason, with one of those reasons being Kristi Noem's nipples get hard at the thought of a dark-skinned family being separated. It's probably for her safety, as after so many cosmetic procedures, people would mistake her for a corpse and take her to the morgue. Indeed, Kristi Noem does look like they exhumed a corpse because they forgot to check to see if it was dead first.
Did you guys catch any of that?
I should have been taking notes. I couldn't follow.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I fucking hate Tom Myers. Tom, you stink at joke writing. You stink at joke telling.
I forgot to check if it was dead first.
Double stink at podcasting. Oh, my God. So, Carl, the introduction that he gives Eric and Christian is going to come in two parts. The first part here is his joke/virtue signaling.
Okay. Can I play it?
Yeah, go ahead, too.
This past week, a fake poster showing I was one of the comedians performing at the Riyadh Comedy Festival circulated on Instagram. Of course, I was never offered such a gig, nor would I accept it. Nevertheless, I wasn't distressed, as now, if I want a group of people to hate me, I don't have to lift a finger.
You get it? No, what he's saying is
Please.
someone made a funny picture of me on the internet, and of course, let me just address this. I would never have taken the money to go to Riyadh.
No, it's like, it's okay, Tom.
Yeah, you're virtue signaling.
But also that last part, he goes, I get people to hate me without lifting a finger. No one thinks that you were asked to play a comedy festival, Tom. There's never been a comedy festival in the world. It's like we got to get Tom Myers.
Yeah, and frankly, Tom, you're not likable. You don't have to lift a finger
Right,
before
everyone
the
already hates
Photoshop.
you. Yeah, of
So,
course.
but that is, believe it or not, the lead-in to this awesome intro for our
Okay.
friends. Here we go, clip 3.
They say that under an authoritarian regime, comedians are often the first people to be targeted. If that's the case also, then comedy podcasts are very high up on that list as well. So I figure if this show is going down, then why not take another one down with me? So with that in mind, please join me in welcoming our guests here to complete a swap cast with the show. Who are these broadcasters? Christian Blatt and Eric Zane.
I did not approve this. I was not asked permission. I did not approve this. There's a form you have to fill out.
Carl. Woo! Was the
Yeah,
exciting
I
introduction.
know.
Jeff Heisen didn't say a fucking word, and he usually just
best
claps at everything.
The best is they're like, who are these? They're like, podcast, broadcast. Ah, damn it.
Remember in The Godfather when Fredo's wife is making a scene at the wedding and somebody comes over and they're like, Fredo, you got to take care of this or somebody else is going to. You got to
Yeah.
check your boy, Carl. What's going on over there?
Right? I know. This is a problem now.
If you want me to talk to Christian, I'll do it for you.
So I love that Tom inserts himself into every international news story. He's like, well, you know, these regimes crack down on the comedians first. If they do that, they'll probably go after the podcasters. So who knows how long I'm going to be doing this for? It's like, Tom, you're not on anyone's radar, man. Shut up. You live in America. You're not on anyone's fucking radar. Stop it. You're not being oppressed.
Now, right after that, our pal Christian is really boring, so I sped that part up.
Okay.
But I also, when you listen to this, I think that Eric Zane is either lying or has been kidnapped.
Thank you for having us, Tom. We appreciated you coming on our show. And oddly enough, the whole thing started just because of a drunken Irishman named Husey. It was a stream where the idea was put out there, and I honestly never expected you to follow up. And I was glad to hear from you that you wanted to come on our show.
And I won't speak for Zane, but I'll say that we're happy to be here.
Oh, you can speak for me because it's true. Oh my God.
That's AI.
Yeah, right?
That's not Eric Zane. Moody must have made that.
Oh, my God. Because it's true. Of course I want to be here. Good acting, Eric.
Tom is in our chase. It's why doesn't Carl have Christian and Eric on? Is it because Carl can't have any differing opinions on his show? No, it's because I have Vinny and Adam on this. And by the way, Eric Zane's always welcome to come on the show. We invite him all the time.
So I like the way Zane asked this. Zane comes in hot, Carl.
Yeah.
Clip number 4.
Tom, how come? What is it about you that Carl doesn't like? I'd like to know that right off the bat. What in the? Because I don't.
Can I just say what I like about this question is that Eric Zane's not being a dick. He really doesn't pay attention to anything.
Right. Yeah, he really wants to know.
He really just like, I hear that Carl doesn't like you, Tom. Why would that be?
But here's what I like about
That's
it.
a funny question.
What I like about it is he goes, why do you think it is
Yes.
that Carl doesn't like you? Which is a pretty smart way of asking this.
know that right off the bat. What in the? Because I don't understand. I don't follow it enough. Because believe it or not, I don't really pay that much attention.
I believe it.
What did Tom say next?
Is it going to be jealousy? Is it going to be political views? Maybe. It's probably political views.
Yeah, I think it's all of the above.
Okay.
Well, I think it's just the fact that I just do my own shit without regard to everybody else, and anybody who gets lumped in that, I don't
He's
give a shit
jealous
about
then.
these guys. If that's what if I tell myself that a lot. It's not true, but that's what I tell myself on a semi-regular basis.
I seethe when people do their own thing.
He does. I know, Carl. He sees a free spirit and he's just, oh!
I'm like, what are you doing? Get in line with the rest of them, you prick!
You conform!
You guys should have seen the speech he gave us before the show started. Lockstep, motherfuckers, is what he
Yes.
said.
I said, everyone read their script, read it again, because we're starting the show. Christian Blatt comes in with $5. I stand with Tom Myers, partially because he is the only one left after I lost respect for every other comedian after they performed in Saudi Arabia.
That'll do
We
it.
still got Chris D'Elia.
You know,
Question.
I'm going to go ahead and just tell you what I labeled my number 6 is.
Uh-huh.
It bothers me how well Christian fits on this show.
Oh, boy. Okay.
I just love having another Mets fan with Jeff to gang up on the Yankees fan Polite. So
Well, that's why Tom scheduled the season premiere for October, because he knew Jeff and I weren't going to be busy. We would be available.
No.
Oh, boy. Mets jokes. Because they collapsed.
Mets
They
humor.
didn't make the playoffs, guys.
Then Tom went into some boring joke about the Baltimore Orioles, so I cut that out. You're
course he
welcome,
did.
everybody.
Of course he did.
My next clip is number 7. Can we trade them Christian?
Remember how they attacked President Obama for wearing a tan suit? And that would be the least of the foibles of all the horrible things that Trump has done. So there's a different standard here, and Kamala Harris may or may not have forgotten the words, but this person clearly did, and that will be ignored.
Jeff, in the case of Obama, remember, it was after Labor Day, so that's probably why he shouldn't have worn a tan suit.
Be more funny.
Now, I can't just shit on Christian this whole time.
We can.
Because for some reason, Eric Zane turns into Jeff Heisen.
Oh,
no!
Like,
Say it ain't so
you know
easy.
that Jeff Heisen's thing is he just goes, huh, like after every fucking joke that Tom tells.
Sure.
Number 8.
yeah, if Gavin Newsom is the devil, then he probably got some of his satanic power from slurping up God knows what when he went down on Kimberly Guilfoyle.
Thanks, Ed.
Oh, boy. All right. You know, before the show started, someone super chatted criticizing me for going after Ashley Cummings a little bit when she was on Point Dabble Point on Monday. This is why you do that. This is why you criticize people who suck at podcasting. It's a very important thing to do when you go on other people's shows.
Now, Carl, number 9, Zane is Jeff now.
Oh, boy.
What terminal illness does Dean Cain have that they're allowing him to do this? And is it going to take him soon?
Oh, I forgot. I forgot Zane's completely on board with everything they're talking about. Zane. I mean, he was given an assignment. He didn't know what he was getting himself into.
Jeff is silent, but Zane is laughing.
Yes.
That blows my goddamn mind.
Wow.
Now, I didn't pull a ton of clips here, but this one is...
Thank God.
This one is titled Boo. Still talking about Dean Cain.
Okay.
Our nation's borders would be more secure if they swore in Christopher Reeve after the accident.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Oh, fuck. Sorry.
That joke was mostly for Zane, but
Zane loves a joke about a paralyzed guy.
I'll give him that.
It's good stuff.
But I mean, I was listening to this going, why are they fitting in here? Why are they fitting in on this show?
This is wild.
So at one point, I give them a lot of credit. They try to make the show interesting, and they start telling a story about how. Do you remember when Eric showed his meat sack on their show?
I'll never forget it.
Yep. You were very upset. They start to kind of humorously recall that segment.
Okay.
Because they watched a video of a man at a town hall meeting who mooned the city council.
Okay.
it's funny that we got in more trouble than the time you showed your sack meat for having Tom Myers on the show. That was that we got a lot more heat for that.
Yeah, he was like, it happens. And then he finds out about Tom, and he's like, what the fuck?
Did anybody notice his hat,
To be
though?
fair, that
Going
was
back
all,
to-
that was all Christian. That was all Christian.
Tom, let's go back to the video.
Yeah.
Did anybody notice the guy's hat?
Hold on. Tom's in the chat, so I'll just ask him, don't you edit this show? What was going on right there? Just non sequitur after non sequitur. No one's connecting on the
It's
conversation.
very clearly edited. You can tell where
I
he just
know.
puts himself in. But no, I am not the king of comedy in Rochester, New York, Tom.
Edit the nonsense out. Yeah, no, Tom's got you good.
Yeah, he sure showed me.
Crushing you.
But this just drove me crazy because he's like, look, let's talk about his hat. Let's talk about his hat. So Zane humors him in this next clip. And Zane, God bless you for no selling this guy. Go ahead.
Yeah, I did notice that. It was like like a beanie with all the colors.
like one of those little kid, like
and the propeller.
Yeah, no better way to make your political point than with a beanie with a propeller on the top.
Wow, he almost didn't get it out. It was so funny.
Yeah, it was so glad that he interrupted the good, like, funny stuff that they were talking about to talk about the guy's silly hat.
Jeff Heisen might be worse than Tom Myers.
They found each other. God bless them.
It's incredible. I'm just kidding, Tom. You're way worse.
Now, why is Christian engaging in this? Was my next question, my next clip.
And flip-flops. I
And-
mean,
oh,
that's
flip-flops.
flip-flops, the choice of footwear when mooning for political purposes.
Yes. Yes.
I said it while we were watching the video, but I'm really surprised that guy didn't take a shit. I really thought that's what was coming, and I'm glad it wasn't. Sometimes you can be pleasantly surprised.
We're really glad it was just the ass.
And on that note, that's our show.
Wow. What a show.
What a closer.
What a show.
I'm glad the guy didn't shit on the floor. And by the way, my last clip, real quick, is just, Tom, I will give you credit.
Okay.
You really can read people's names well and give them a nice farewell on your show.
Excellent.
I want to thank Jeff Heisen, Polite Kitty, Nicole Blessing, Christian Blatt, and Eric Zane.
Hey, thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us, Tom.
I'm going to call out Eric Zane right now for not saying thank you at the end there. Not polite, sir.
Not polite.
But that was the worst 30 minutes of my day, everybody.
You know what? I didn't even want to do that segment. I just wanted to fuck with you, Vinny. I'm like, listen to this podcast of Tom Myers.
That's the price of admission here.
We're cutting all of this out of the episode. At the editor, cut all of this out. That was just.
We're not even recording. This was just
we're,
for you.
we're not even live right now. That wasn't Tom in the comments. I was making all of that up. I photoshopped that earlier.
Well, good thing I go over that bridge on the way home.
To answer Tom's question, what do we think? What do we think Christian would say? What do you think, in his defense, the point is that we were missing that they would be bringing up? What is it? Anybody know?
They were playing at the level of the game they were in.
That they chose to play in.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I had to guess.
Like I always ask this. I'm like, what's the end game? What's the goal? So whenever I get asked to go on a podcast, or if I'm inviting people onto my podcast, or whatever, whenever I'm doing a show with someone else, I think to myself, what am I trying to accomplish? Mm-hmm. And so Tom Myers versus the Rest of the World has been well documented as the least funny political show to ever exist. And we've documented that on WATP so many times.
And we've watched Stephanie Miller.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And Christian Blatt goes, we should do a mashup. We should team up and we'll do a WATB with Tom Myers versus the Rest of the World, which could be interesting if you let them know that their jokes suck and they're political hacks. Now, I don't know that Christian and Eric are the right guys for that. Probably not. So that's not the angle that they took. So what was the end goal there? What did they think they were going to accomplish with that? Just to be like, hey, we did a show with Tom Myers. That's kind of interesting, right?
Yeah, because for Tom, he's battling with perceived enemies or people adjacent to. So he's getting closer to something. For them, I'm not quite sure what's in it. I'm very curious. I wish we could know.
And Tom, I'm not your enemy. You live a good life down there, buddy.
If only Christian Blatt was in the chat.
Well, there's nothing we can do. Anyway, moving on to the next.
No way to find
Wish
out.
there was some way we could get him on here.
Easy and I appreciate all the attention from the four of you and Tom. It's not the good kind of attention, Christian.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to tell you. But
Battle of the fucking ball over there. Good for you.
we got annual performance meetings coming up. Yes.
Oh, jeez.
We got those coming up.
I think I got the heat off us, Chris.
Yeah, no shit. No complaints for you, producer Chris. All right. Supertip.gg/WATP. Thank you for pulling that segment for us.
Anytime.
Vinny. I should mention, we do have kind of a hard out today. I have to go to an open mic.
You sure do.
In downtown Rochester.
Yep. Why, Carl?
Well, because the creep off hates me.
No, we love you.
I have to do a Stuttering John set.
Yeah.
At an open mic.
Yep.
And I think we'll all be there, right? Us three.
Yep.
And then I think some other people are coming down as well. Maybe Jenny Jingles, maybe Lucy Typebox, some other folks.
Oh.
We'll definitely get some footage of this. There'll be
sure.
some filming of it. People will be able to
100%.
see
Channel
me
10 will be there.
performing Stuttering John sets.
Look for it tomorrow on the Creep Off channel.
Wow. Have you figured out how to get your shirt to stick to your top of your stomach for
You know
the
what's-
squeegee bit? Have you figured that out yet?
You know what? I haven't even practiced it.
Might want to get on it.
Well, I'm just assuming guys know how to do that sort of thing.
You might need to have a few more beers, too, if you're going to do a John set.
All right. Supertip.gg/WATP. Thank you for supporting the show.
Episode 666. I want Cardiff to rub his ass in my face like he was Rikishi Skull.
No.
How did you put that in while you were doing that segment? That's impressive, actually. Wow.
That wasn't me.
Dave Daffler coming in.
I didn't do nothing. Ask Kebby.
All right. Thank you, Dave. Good to see you, buddy.
Right to publicity.
Thank you so much for everything that you do for this show and for the Shuley Network, for everything you're doing to help us fight against Stuttering John and the frivolous lawsuit. And he's been a member for 21 months. Hi, kids. Hi, Dave. Good to see you, buddy. Little $5. Have any of you ever despised a broadcaster more than Greg Opie Hughes? He is the best at being the worst. That may be a respectable skill. Oh, yeah, I'm with you on that. I think you might be right about that. We have an Opie segment coming up in just a moment. And he's brutally bad. Mm-hmm. Dave Daffler, I want Jars trivia. Red Fox, 8794. Whitney went to the same high school as Trump's son. That's probably true. Sounds likely. But no, Whitney. Why do I keep saying Brittany?
It's Whitney, bitch.
Whitney, yes, thank you. Whitney grew up poor, and she's mad at Chris D'Elia for having everything handed to him, as we've seen. All right, let's talk about the Opster.
Ba, 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 ba.
So, Adam, you might have noticed Opie didn't have any live streams late last week. And I think he missed one this week as well.
Yeah.
Where all of a sudden he wasn't doing his live streams. He did a Gebhardt's episode that I was watching a bit of that and it was really boring. And Ron the Waiter was there, but it was just kind of like, nothing really happening. And then I saw this tweet come up that I was taken aback for a second. I went, wait a second. Say it ain't so, Opster. You're telling me after this amazing run, you're going to let things die like this? He tweeted, I've been doing this a long time. Time to retire. Last night's Opie Radio podcast, 27 Club and Grandma's Underwear, with a link to the podcast on Apple, which is weird because he has that iHeart deal, as E-Rock likes to point out. Should probably link to their app and get people to download their app for that. And there's a young, fresh Greg Hughes. I just got a notification. This says Steel Toes on live right now, and it says it's canteen time.
Oh, gosh.
And if you don't know, I had to spin the wheel of consequences this week.
Oh, God.
And Vinny, I only have 2 more days.
I forgot.
I hate you.
I forgot.
So
Tell everybody what you have to do.
Yeah, what happened on the creep off?
Well, I'm probably going to get kicked off of this little piggy, and I'm probably not friends with Melton anymore because I have to give $100 to Aaron Immelt's canteen fund.
Wow.
So that Aaron can get little snacks and watch little videos while he's in jail. But I just remember there's a sense of urgency there. I have to give him the $100 tomorrow.
Or buy his tablet.
No,
yeah,
he tried giving you an out.
I said whatever's cheaper. You could buy his tablet for the 8 days, or you could just give him $100.
Buy a tablet, guys. You get tablet time if you have money and you can't.
But have you looked into this? I'm pretty sure you got to get permission from them to be able to add money. I don't think anyone can just do it. There's a process.
I'm pretty sure he'll.
He just wants the money. Just give him the money. It's the same as Rumble Friday, except for he's just like, just give me the money. I'll
right.
use it in jail.
I'm sure he'll take it.
Yeah, it's. I'm not going to jump through any hoops.
In my mind, I was like, he'll refuse it because it came from you, and then I realized who I was talking about.
Oh,
right.
No way.
Make sure you wish him best of luck.
So Opie posted this saying that he's retiring, and he hadn't broadcasted in a little while. So I was like, oh, is this true? Is he finally?
Yep, he retired. That's it. It's done.
Has he finally been run off the internet? And then I was reading his comments, and they're brutal. Of course, our buddy Troy Smith. No one is stopping you, but bye. Let's see what else we have here. You've basically been retired since you filmed a coworker taking a shit in a bathroom and were fired for it. Also, the world can clearly see Anthony Cooper succeeded while you are failing hard. Oof. It's fun to watch your asset-rich, cash-poor lifestyle, though. Yambag, retire from what? Jacob Shed, you have zero talent. Did you ever thank Cumia for making you a multimillionaire? Oliver Tweak, truly one of the broadcasters of all time.
Amen.
It's very funny. You retired like 15 plus years ago. Since nobody cares about you anymore and Cumia handed your ass back to you in that paper hat, probably a good move. Congrats. I feel bad for Ron the waiter. So it's like every comment on here, you're such a douche. It's your mom's box. And now you're laughed at. So I don't know that he got the response he was hoping for. He's like, hey guys, I'm ending it. This is the end of my career. If you want to check out my last podcast, it's available. I was like, yeah, bye-bye.
Boy, I wonder what his family's going to do with him around the house all the time now.
Family, you say?
Oh, that's what he retired
Got
from.
some bad news.
Yeah, be the family.
Funny you bring them up.
Yes, got some real bad news for you. So, all right, you were checking out. So he came back yesterday, the 14th. He was back again this morning, the 15th. Of course, Tuesdays are the Opie and Ron show. As Opie let us know of that programming note. Ron is the co-host on Tuesday mornings.
And this was the morning that it was announced Trump had that ceasefire in the Middle East, and everyone was trying to figure out.
Hostages were released.
Yep.
Big
Everyone's
deal.
trying to- what's going on? What's real? What's not? You turn into Opie Radio to get the hot take on this.
Yeah.
I know it's exhausting, but I want to congratulate Vanilla Ice today.
Yeah,
his slug line back in the day when he was world famous was "Peace in the Middle East." He would finish interviews and songs and rants with "Peace in the Middle East," and he finally got his peace. So cheers. Cheers this morning to Vanilla Ice. There you go. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
What? Fuck that.
Funniest thing he's ever said.
Good point, Rod.
I got to say, it's kind of a hot take from Opie. I wasn't expecting Vanilla Ice to come into this, you know?
As soon as the topic comes up, he gets this smug smile on his face. He's not listening. He's just waiting for Ron to stop talking so he can jump in with this gold.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he had that. He showed us his notes one time. Oh, yeah. He must have written down Vanilla Ice. I was like, yeah, okay, this is good. I'll do 7
Cocktail
minutes.
napkin.
I'll do 7 minutes on this.
After the thing was over, he's like, oh, fuck, I had 5 minutes on Chaka Khan, and I completely forgot. Shit, I knew I should have written it down.
I think it's true that Opie's listening to us, and I think it shows in how he adjusts things, such as all of a sudden we're learning about money that Opie and Ron split.
Oh, that's news.
Some money. John Courts, thank you, brother. $5. We made $5 to do this today, Ron. I'll give you your after YouTube takes their 30%, I'll give you half the $5, all right?
No, after that, it sounds like I owe you.
Yeah, no shit. But anyway, what was they saying?
So that's kind of a funny joke from Ron. And I get it. Opie's trying to lean into this, acting like he's splitting the money with Ron as if Ron's ever seeing a dime from this. So I can guarantee if Ron's just like, yeah, so am I going to get some money? Opie like, it's nothing. We're not making any money at all.
He's also, he's great at like pretending this isn't happening to him. He's not getting the bad money. He's getting the, Ron's not getting good money. It's him that's making such little money.
Right. Yeah. Aren't you a loser, Ron?
Yeah.
When you're on my
Look
show?
at your take.
Yeah. Good point.
I wish Ron would stop leaning in. I'm tired of looking at his scalp. What the fuck is he doing?
Listen, Tom Myers is jealous of that hairline, all right? What a young buck that guy must be. All right, so this next clip, Opie's actually, as money's coming in, Opie starts counting how much he's going to have to give to Ron.
Oh.
You can tell it's bothering him.
They've all lost their
I want
mind.
to say thank you to Tommy Boy. Another $5 coming in, Ron. Holy shit, Ope's still out here. I haven't heard you in years, dude. So now we've made $10. YouTube will take their $3. So now we're at $7. You made $3.50 today, Ron. $3.50. I'm.
You know what?
splitting
If I
it-
get another
I'm splitting
25
this
cents,
with
I can
you.
get on the subway.
What?
If I get another 25 cents, I can get on the subway.
All right, maybe we can get
$3.75.
Now, I know Ron's making a joke right there, but Ron actually has a reason to have $3.75. Like, cool, I can get into Manhattan tomorrow. Whereas Opie's just like, it's zero. And Ron's like, no, I would use that for a very specific thing.
That would be great.
That'd be awesome if I had $3.75. Can you loan me the money?
And we know he's just kidding, but even in his fantasies, he's giving him his cut after YouTube takes their cut. He can't even pretend to split it evenly with him.
Oh, I know. And I love that he's counting Ron's money in front of him just to humiliate him on the show.
It's very malevolent. Like he's just kind of like holding it over him.
Can you believe how much little money you're making, and you have to get up at the butt crack of dawn and be insulted by me? You know, at some point, Ron's going to be like, "Yeah, this is kind of shitty, actually. Maybe I should stop doing this." But there are those 35,000 views of people who scrolled past in a split second.
And you could have a penny for each one of them, Ron.
Nope, you get nothing for every one of them. Nothing. Well, I see what you said. I see the math you did. Never mind. I'll take it all back.
I think this next one is very revealing if you can just play it.
I had Dave Grohl on the radio a few times over the years. I wish I asked him this question, Ron. There are times I had a chance at some big fucking stars on the radio, and then I think about it every once in a while and go, I wish I asked this question. It's a simple question. You know, Dave Grohl, when he was in Nirvana, was trying to hand shit to Kurt Cobain. I got an idea. I got this song. And I have a feeling that Kurt Cobain's like, just play the fucking drums. I got this. And I would love to know what songs became huge hits for the Foo Fighters that Dave Grohl possibly tried to give to Kurt back in the day. I would say the one song is Everlong. I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to give Everlong to Kurt Cobain and he just blew him off.
Dave Grohl talks about this, and he said, I wouldn't have like the balls to. He says Kurt Cobain was the greatest songwriter of our generation. And he said, he talks about it. Like he said, I thought if I tried to give Kurt Cobain lyrics, I wouldn't be in the band anymore. Okay. That's what he said.
So if he said that, then I would just push back a little bit and just say, all right, but what songs did you have in your little notebook that you wrote, possibly hoping that maybe, the band Nirvana could play?
He said, yeah, go ahead.
No, go, Ron.
No, that's it. I was going to, but.
The fuck? What is that?
So Opie asked a question that I knew the answer to. I'm not a big Dave Grohl fan. I was a Nirvana fan when they were big. And I know that Scentless Apprentice, the riff was written by Dave Grohl. Kurt wrote the lyrics for it because they're ridiculous. But the riff's not great either. But whatever, the point is, like, I knew that Dave Grohl was starting in the album In Utero, their final studio album. He was starting to collaborate a little bit with Kurt Cobain. And the fact that Opie had 2 chances to talk to Dave about what his collaboration was in Nirvana and never asked him, and then thought no one else had ever asked him either, is kind of wild to me. Like, you haven't looked up to see if that's been asked before? Of course it has been. Dave Grohl went on to write all of these hit songs in his own band, much more prolific than anything Kurt Cobain ever did. It spanned so much more time. Wouldn't you think, like, hey, you were the drummer in that other band and all the hit songs? Wouldn't someone else ask that question? Of course they did.
But see, that's why Opie writes down notes now.
Right now he's writing the notes down, right. Missed the opportunity before.
And of all the things going on in his life and of all the signals that fans and Anthony and people are like sending his way about things he could have done differently, he spends time alone in these houses feeling regret over not asking questions like that. That's what's keeping him up at night.
Is that odd?
No, it's corn dust.
Corn dust is keeping him up at night. No, isn't that odd that, yes, he's thinking back to the mistakes he made on the radio, not filming a guy taking a shit, or not going to bat for your co-host in 2014 over tweets. No. I should ask Dave Grohl what songs he had written before Nirvana broke up. And he just makes up Everlong, which is off their second album, so it's possible he had that song in the can. But it's in drop D, and there's a lot of open strings. Kurt Cobain doesn't play that style at all. It wouldn't make any fucking sense for Nirvana to play Everlong. I'm just saying. So did I go too far with that?
No. It's all true.
I'll take your word for it. I don't know.
They're different bands. They're different kinds of songs.
Yeah.
Foo Fighters does like inspirational songs. Like, it's a stupid question that you didn't even want to know the answer to, Opie, because when Ron told you, you had no interest. And then
yeah, okay. So we do now.
Well, let me tell you, I would push back, and then I would ask him.
Right, yeah. Right.
Okay.
Dave Grohl would say, please stop attacking me. Like, I'm telling you the answer. Leave me alone.
Yes. All right. So Opie sometimes has a tough time ending his shows with Ron. You know, they don't really know when it's over yet, and Opie's always saying it's over. All right, Ron, I gotta go.
There's all right, really fast, because we don't have to tease a 24-hour tease. Basically, there's a company, but I got to go after this, Ron. You're killing me.
You're the one talking.
Bow. No, it means we did well. If I'm having a tough time ending. There's a company called.
That's funny, because normally Ron will bring up a new topic, and Opie's like, I don't know, Ron, I gotta go. I gotta help my kids get to school. And this time, Opie's bringing up a new thing. He's like, and I gotta go. And Ron's like, all right, I'm not keeping you.
I enjoy our time together, Ope.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. And then you have one more clip out here, Adam.
Yeah, Opie does that hilarious bit of cutting off his friend while he's talking.
The guy from Microsoft. What the hell's his name? With the glasses. The rich guy. I can't think of his name. You know what I'm talking about? Not Steve Jobs. Hello?
What an asshole. He just ends the stream mid-sentence.
That's pretty funny.
That is what Opie's best at.
He should have played crickets. That I would have laughed.
Yes. All right.
They were like, Opie's back.
So that was the 14th, the Opie and Ron show. He's back this morning. And do you want to start with clip 2 and then we'll circle back to clip 1? Yeah, because that's interesting. That ties into something else that we want to talk about.
I thought this was a really big reveal about why Opie wanted to be a broadcaster to begin with.
I hate them all, Ron, to be honest with you. I hate them all. Hey, I got a quick celebrity story. You just remind me of something. So back in the day, we would come into New York City from Long Island to go to the Phil Donahue show. I was in the Phil Donahue audience a lot. We would get tickets as soon as we left the taping. We would mail. You had to mail back then. We would mail for the next tickets, and you had to wait. You had to wait 3, 4, 6 months.
I was on the
whatever.
west side, I think.
But we were coming in. There was a string of years there. We were coming in like twice a year to the Phil Donahue show. Who's the medicine woman? Do you remember the medicine woman?
Half the show is them trying to remember the names of old celebrities.
Right, yeah. What an amazing anecdote.
Dr. Quinn? Is that what he's talking about?
He's talking about Jane Seymour.
Okay.
Dr. Quinn was a fictional character, I believe.
Okay, well.
Could you imagine if Phil Donahue's interviewing fictional characters? Hey, Luke Skywalker, let me ask you about the Force. Did I go too far with that?
Yep.
Okay. Moving on. Ron's not listening to Opie when he talks.
Say, hold on. When you say you and Anthony went on the Phil Donahue show, do you mean as an audience member or as you were a guest?
What part of where did Anthony come from?
Hold on. You said you used to go to when you were famous.
No, I didn't. When we were young, we were kids. I was in high school.
Young. Dude, I thought he had you on the show because you were famous.
No, never.
So you were an audience member.
Audience member. It was me and my siblings. Maybe it was my sister one time, a couple of my brothers. It was my mom.
You're a kid.
It was my mom's jam. She really liked doing it.
Okay.
Dr. Quinn, medicine woman, Jane Seymour. Thank you.
Jane Seymour.
So this, I want to say the word, this C. I tell the horrible stuff about my mom, but the fact is she had some very good qualities, but it's boring when you're doing a radio show or, they want to hear the crazy stuff, obviously. But my mom she was solid. But it made friends wherever she went and all that, but whatever. So we're in the elevator going up to Phil Donahue, and my mom, just a housewife from Long Island, trying to raise 7, 8, 9 kids. She's got her little trip to New York City to see her little Phil Donahue. It's a big.
Hold on, I gotta pause this real quick. Remember when Opie said he had 3 kids?
Yeah, we're all thinking it.
Yeah.
It's kid math.
It's kid math. It's all off. My mom was raising 7, 8, 9 kids. I have 2, 3 kids. I don't know.
You expect him to keep track of all of them?
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Little trip to New York City to see her little Phil Donahue. It's a big deal for mommy. And we're in the elevator, right? We just happened to be in the elevator with Jane Seymour. And my mom asked her for an autograph because my mom kind of liked that type of thing.
Yeah.
And Jane Seymour said no.
What a bitch.
This C said no to mommy.
Ah, come on.
We're in the elevator. It wasn't like if we were out in the street and also you tap her on the shoulder, go, the bird is the word.
Or you go
babble, babble, babble.
Can't help himself.
So Jane Seymour told Opie's mom no.
Yeah.
And then a homeless guy's cake got stomped.
That's why.
30 years later.
That's why that happened. It was funny that Opie's explaining, these trips into the city with his family to see Phil Donahue, and then Ron goes, "So you and Anthony used to go to those things?" And he's like, "Wow, why would you think that? It's like wishful thinking." I guess he was hoping that this was a story about like when you were a celebrity and you hung out with cool people like Anthony.
You said you were a kid celebrity DJ that
That's
was
true.
famous around town. What the fuck?
Signing autographs in Geneseo when he was a DJ on the college station. So yeah, you would think he's always been a celebrity.
Well, that's why he always signed the autographs. He didn't want to be like Jane Seymour.
Right. Smart.
How does him telling a story about his childhood just devolve into like just babble? What is that?
It's also very odd to me. Opie has documented how horrible it was growing up with his mom and her mental illness so many times. And now whenever he's on with Ron, who obviously has had more problems with his family than Opie has, he's like, "She's great. I've said some things about her, but actually my mom was awesome. Let's not talk about having parents and family members that are rough."
Very apparently doesn't want to have anything in common with Ron.
Yeah, he doesn't want to give Ron an opportunity to like, "Oh, you know what my mom did."
Yeah.
He doesn't want any of that.
He doesn't want to get one-upped, but then
One-upped,
also he doesn't want to relate to him. So it's very convenient to be like, "My mom was great." And it also is a way for him to lord something over him. My family was great. Yours was shitty, Ron.
It's crazy how he's reinventing that his mom was like someone that people loved and were looking forward to hanging out with. Never heard any of these things.
Made friends everywhere she went.
Yeah, made friends everywhere. Like, I've never heard any of this on listening to Opie and Anthony over the years.
Oh, my mom would only take us to see Richard Bay. It was really disappointing.
I think we all have an image of a mom that would need her kids to be in the studio audience for live show tapings, and it's a specific kind of mom, and it's not well balanced.
No, and so you saw Ron was not listening to Opie. Well, Opie's also not listening to Ron.
It'd be devastating to the United States, obviously.
Of course.
That would destroy, that would probably break the United States.
I didn't listen really to you because I'm stuck on Hot Springs. No offense to you, Ron, but when you mentioned Hot Springs, it brought up a memory. There are times in your life you're with somebody and you realize you're with the wrong person, right? And
Right
most
now.
of us, like myself, you realize you're with the wrong person, and then 10 years later, you break up with them.
You murder
you
them.
learned enabling from a very young age.
What a dismissive asshole Opie is to Ron. Listen, I'm not listening to you. Anyway, let me just say what I was going to say.
Yeah, sometimes people aren't right for each other.
You think?
Like when one of them gets a mattress and starts acting all uppity.
Right, thinks I have mattress kind of money. You think I have mattress money over here? Come on, man.
Well, luckily, we're going to skip the story he tells and get right to Ron's response.
Nice.
I got rid of her.
That was one of the most riveting Hot Spring stories I've ever heard, Opie.
Well, thank you, Rob. Not all these are going to fucking hit. That's for sure.
It's fantastic. I love that.
And I guess he's earned his spot because for the first time, Opie does not cut Ron off, and they end like gentlemen.
Wow.
AI is causing all sorts of problems.
There are kids, unfortunately, taking their own lives now because they're being blackmailed.
Oh, that's
because they're showing their wieners. We'll talk about it this afternoon.
All right, bye, Ron. Ron Berman on all the social.
All right, almost
cut
got
his
a plug
plugs.
in. Yeah, almost got a plug in there. That was fancy of him to do that. Maybe he just pulled the ripcord too quickly, and Opie wasn't able to fuck with him.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
So I know Ron's on Tuesday, so he's on Wednesdays now too, or is this like a special because we had missed them so much?
They didn't finish what they had covered yesterday, so Opie gave him the big invite. Ron has to really grill him to be like, "Do you want me at Get Parts? Do you want me at Get Parts?" I said, "Do you want me at Get Parts?" And to get him to agree, and if he badgers him enough, he will. So we got to go to the evening Get Parts and do this to finish up their talk.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to talk about Stuttering John. We have the Pro Football Arm Wrestling Championship. I am so excited to present this to everyone. We also are going to talk a little bit about the similarities between Opie and John. It's not just us recognizing this. People are sending these into us now, and we're seeing it. But first, supertip.gg/WATP, Happy Valley Wrecking Crew coming in. Opie would have been 23 years old when Dr. Quinn premiered. He's full of shit unless Jane was his mom's favorite Bond girl. Interesting.
That is interesting.
Interesting. Is that true?
It must be. Why not?
Well, she was a
I
Bond
just got
girl.
signed to be the host, head writer, fluffer for the Nambla Comedy Festival. And even I wouldn't do the Riyadh Festival.
Congratulations, John. It's a good gig.
Be proud. Be brave. Be
Go
strong.
Melp. Remember, for 21 months, Eric Griffin was invited to Riyadh, but Mark Wahlberg was also on the plane and stopped him from getting the gig, saving all of those innocent Arabs. That was nice of him.
He stopped the bomb.
Bye, Opie, says Dave Dappler. Carol, is it weird successfully podcasting and then realizing the show you loved had an awful turd like Opie in it? It is weird because as much as I didn't care for Opie, he didn't bother me. And I've said this before on the show, and it is true. There'd be times when Opie wasn't there and it was just Jim and Anthony, and I would listen to the show before my wife would, and I would tell her, like, when I was leaving for work, I'm like, hey, good news, no Opie today. And we'd both know it was going to be a good episode. But it wasn't like we were mad at Opie. We weren't mad when he was there. We were mad when Anthony wasn't there, or or Jim wasn't there, and they didn't have Patrice filling in or something. Then I'd be like, this might be a little bit of a rough one.
And I think he was good at that, being the glue in the middle of all that.
Yeah, it was fine. It didn't stick out as if like, oh, this guy sucks. I mean, there were times, but Aku Mugen says, say what you want. Opie is better than Man Cow. Dude, who's the person who's trying to get me into Man Cow? There's someone who keeps reaching out. And
Probably Man Cow.
Dave Dappler. I haven't thought about Opie in years. I'm glad. None became a new member. Thank you very much. Go to the membership tab for the bonus shows and the shows we do on Saturdays. Pete Czar. Remember, for 26 months, this is a $50 super chat. Vinnie Winnie. It's not a $50 super
I
chat.
don't believe you, Peter.
You're getting zero if it is. Let's do our accounting live
Well,
on
after
the show.
YouTube gets their cut.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You still get zero.
All right. We're going to get into Stuttering John stuff. But before we do that, there's some similarities between Opie and John. We've watched when John will watch himself, especially when it's a segment on Howard Stern. And John will pull it up and he'll be laughing along. And he's so excited to see himself in the studio with Howard and maybe Artie, and they're mixing it up. Gary's getting made fun of, and John's laughing like he's there, like it's happening in real time. Gary just got his balls busted again. So Opie was reliving some glory days on his show. And do you want to set this up anywhere beyond that? Adam, you were watching this.
No, I think he's with Sherrod, and I'm not sure who the other people are. Maybe you can let us know. He's just watching. He wanted to open the show before he brought Ron in by just watching himself, and we zoom in on his reaction to take it in.
This is how it went, and we'll be doing the live stream on the other side of this. This is quick. Check it out. All right.
Y'all was talking about titty bars, brought back a memory from years ago.
I love Chuck.
Years ago.
I was racing up in a little town called Clay City, Kentucky, and this guy said, man, you want to go to a damn privately owned titty bar? I said, what the fuck? So 4 or 5 of us went out there. First thing right off the bat, I knew it was going to be trouble. The name of it was Saggies.
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 Oh, my
Yeah.
shit.
So it's out. It looks like it's in some guy's backyard. It's like a big old building, and they got light bulbs. The light bulbs are yellow and red, hanging from the ceiling.
Right.
And this was back when it was full bush. I mean,
Right.
full bush. I've been drinking wild turkey and smoking dope, and that bitch got up in the table.
Right.
And with yellow light bulbs and red light bulbs hanging from the ceiling, and she had a huge bush. I could see her fucking tampon string hanging out.
Oh, my God.
God damn.
Shit. I would have lit it like a dynamite fucking fuse. Just like a dynamite TNT fuse. I would have lit that bitch
that
and watch it
happens.
blow
All I'm saying
up.
is tip accordingly, gentlemen. Tip accordingly.
Beck, I would have been like this. Light and then...
Looney Tunes.
Wild E. Coyote.
Well, it's definitely Vic Henley in there with Sherrod Small. And it must be really funny because everyone's laughing a lot, including Opie rewatching this. Is laughing a lot. So these jokes must be really good, especially when you repeat the same joke twice with the TNT.
Tamps. He has that Chevy Chase, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, when he's up in the attic watching the video.
Yes.
Wow.
You're right. That
Look at
that's
his
what we
eye.
should splice in with this stuff. You're right. When they're rewatching this stuff. And that was a really good point. Did you yell Tamps? One of you assholes did. I forget that Opie thinks the tampons are the funniest thing ever. So as soon as there's a string hanging out, he's like, whoa, this is going to get good, fellas. That means she's bleeding up in there.
It says Acme on it.
When you bought beer and stuff, it was just in fucking coolers. Guys tell you beer right out of a goddamn cooler on the floor.
Chuck, I love that you're surprised that it wasn't high class at Saggy's.
Opie's laughing at his joke. Opie's loving it.
See a manager. They had the nerve to have their beer in a cooler at the swinging tip.
He thought they had Michelin stars.
I can't believe you didn't go there.
You know what Opie misses the most right here? The laugh track.
Yeah. Having friends.
So yeah, he spit out that line. I can't believe it wouldn't be high class at Saggy's.
Nobody wanted to guess his kids.
And Henley's selling it hard. Sherrod's selling it hard. Wow, this guy is so funny. And this is what Opie is missing now. Because Matt at Gebhard's is just kind of looking at him like, well, man.
Yeah, back when no one pushed back at all.
Yeah.
Tampon string hanging out.
I would have pulled that shit.
lobster thermidor at Saggy's.
They don't do that shit over at the fried eggs. They know how to treat it over at the fried eggs.
They got class over at the fried eggs.
That was it. They got it.
Chuck is still the best.
Bravo.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I hope that someday I'm rewatching WATP on my show and just cracking up at everything.
Mouthing the words.
That's amazing.
What's funnier, fried eggs or Caesar leaves? I'm just curious.
Caesar leaves.
Got
far.
it. Got it.
Because it's actually romaine lettuce.
You ever see like a pageant mom watching her kid on stage? And it's like
She's
they're
doing
not
the moves.
Yeah, they're not present. They're gone.
Yeah.
He has that same look. Like there's no talking to him. He is in another planet.
So my buddy E-Rock, Eric Nagel, put this little ditty together. And this is more similarities between John and Opie. You can't miss it.
All we are saying. Look at Rob. He's like shaking.
All we are saying is give peace a chance.
I want loyalty. Wouldn't you think maybe you should be loyal to the guy that actually cares about you and actually put you on?
Like, loyalty means everything to me. Everything.
So just a couple more similarities that E-Rock's picking up on as he's watching these clips. Well done, sir. Let's get into the segment everyone's been waiting for.
Bloody ass. Can I get a little sympathy? Because I got a bloody ass. I'm bleeding generously. Because I got a bloody ass.
Skull.
So no one loves John more than John loves John, as we all know. And here's another similarity between John and the Opster.
Sandy, don't talk like that. You know I don't speak Spanish.
So what's happening here is that John is rewatching and his audio screws up and he starts to restream and it's better. So unfortunately, it's kind of annoying. But John is watching when he recreated Grease or these skits. He's watching them with Nasty Neil and Nasty Neil's buddy. And John's very proud of himself.
Oh, well, it's true. This is the best summer of my life. It's not fair.
That's a good act. Yeah.
Oh, Sandy, no, don't spoil it. Sandy, don't spoil it.
It's not spoiling it, Danny. It's only making things better.
It's only the beginning.
Look at the glee in John's face.
Like he held his child for the first time. He's so happy.
Holy shit. He's like, look at me. I did a thing. He sure did. Well,
yeah.
Wow.
He was transported there. He wasn't, like Adam said, he wasn't there.
We have a lot of Stuttering John nostalgia coming up. But first, I just have to play this clip. I pulled this. It didn't make sense to play it on Drew's show yesterday, but I pulled it while I was prepping for Drew's show. Because when I was on Point Dabble Point, Kevin Brennan, they were replaying a clip of Kevin Brennan inviting John over to Kevin's apartment. And Kevin goes, I beg you to come over here, John. In fact, I will give you, and he pulls out $100 bill, you know? And so Kevin Brennan makes a joke because Kevin's a comedian. And John does not get the joke.
That's a job offer.
John. Not a Venmo, not a super chat. Hundo with your buddy Abraham Lincoln.
Now that's funny.
On the cover.
Now, this is where I really will ask you guys. Please tell me. This can't be a joke. Is this a joke? Oh, I'm not allowed to make fun of, I can't do Nigel Tufnell, right? Because that would be anti-gay, right? Is this a joke? But again, he's holding up Benjamin Franklin, and he calls it Abe Lincoln. I mean, this is the true sign of dementia, isn't it? Sorcerer, isn't this the normal stages of dementia? He thinks Ben Franklin is Abraham Lincoln?
All right. John is literally too stupid to get jokes. Because I was watching that clip before I watched John react to it when I was on PDP, and I'm like, oh, Kevin still got it. That's funny. It's a good gag. John not only went off on Kevin here, but in a later broadcast, he pulled out a $5 bill, and he goes, this is Abraham Lincoln. It's like, we know, John. Jesus Christ. No one thought Abe Lincoln was on the $100 bill, you fucking idiot.
John got so excited.
Yeah. I know this one. I know this one. Such a moron. So on Thursday of last week, John discovered that we have the Pro Football Arm Wrestling Championship special that aired on CBS. And before he discovers that, because this is going to tie into, once he does discover that, some of the things he says, he is tipped off that I declared myself a celebrity. And this tickles him. He is so excited. I think it was Vegas Beer Sales Jerry that goes, oh, John, you're going to want to watch this. Carl calls himself a celebrity.
Snaggletooth says that he's trying to talk about. All right. I'm going to tell you, this is unheard of, okay? But he actually said that he's a celebrity.
Good stuff. So then he decides to go find the clip because the guy sent him the clip. And he's like, I don't want to pull it up and play it. I don't know why. So we watch him watch it. And I sped this up because it's silent. You can't hear it. But watch what happens here.
Let's see. I want to just, without playing it on the air here, and make sure I'm not on there and I'm on here. I should have watched this first.
Don't violate any rights to publicity,
All right,
John.
so this is, let me see.
So this is him watching it. 5x speed.
Okay, he said public figure. I thought he said that he was a celebrity, which is, so I got the wrong intel.
Probably should have watched it first, huh? Probably should have seen what was on there before you just started laughing hysterically about me declaring myself a celebrity. But then John doesn't know how to just move on and just be like, all right, well, whatever. The person who told me that thing got it wrong.
Somebody said he was a celebrity. There's a big difference. Even the fact that he believes he's a public figure is fucking laughable.
Wait a second. Hold on. If I'm not a public figure, then I can sue John for slander because he said that he's a better guitarist than I am. I can prove this in a court of law. I won't be needing a lawyer, a celebrity lawyer for this one. I'll take care of this one. No fucking problem.
I'll take the case, Carl.
All right, let's do this. So yeah, I love that he's not a public figure. Like, oh, that's not going to help your case, John.
Mr. Melendez, this nobody is better at guitar than you.
I rest my case, Your Honor. All right, let's talk about this Pro Football Arm Wrestling Championship. I want to give huge thanks to producer Joe Frog over at TSN, over the Shuley Network, because he's the one who was watching this in real time and texted me. He's like, "Are you watching John right now?" I was like, "No, what's going on?" And so he was watching John discover that we have these episodes. And so John starts walking everything he said back immediately. And Frog sent me over just a couple of choice clips of what John was saying about this hosting job, the head writing gig, the network television.
Producer. He was the producer.
He was a producer on it, he declared at one point. And so let's just remember John bragging about this.
Wrote and hosted the Pro Football Arm Wrestling Championship on CBS, paid north of $20,000. And somehow I'm a zero in comedy. The Pro Football Arm Wrestling Championship for CBS, I got just because my own audition, my own writing packet, if you will. When you write for the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar roast, you write in the basketball player's voice. When you write for the Pro Football Arm Wrestling Championship, you write in the pro football voice.
All right, so remember this. John was the head writer. He wrote the show, and he knew how to write for these pro athletes.
He explained the process.
Yep. He did a very good job of that. He made a lot of money. And he also auditioned, and that's how he got the job as the host of the show. So, it's really fun to live in fantasy land and act like you're, the king of CBS when no one has the actual episodes to go back and refer to them. Well, then he finds out, oh shit, Carl got the episodes. So watch how quickly he starts walking some of this stuff back and trying to change the narrative.
They approached me. They needed a writer for the Pro Football Arm Wrestling Championship, one with a lot of experience. And, of course, that's something I do have. So they interviewed a bunch of people, and they picked me, much like the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar roast, because I had good ideas. Anyway, then when we got to Vegas to check out the site, they realized they didn't have a host, a good host.
Or a good
writer.
writer.
This guy, Derek, who, is an Emmy Award-winning director for ESPN, he asked me, John, could you host this and do some correspondence pieces? I think 2 I did. I said, yeah, but then I talked to the producer and said, look, if my job has expanded, then I'm going to need more money. I can't forget if I made 25 or 30,000. Could even be 35. I know that. I think I started at 20, but then they added on. So I can't remember. It was more than Silent Mike makes in 2 years.
But John remembers everything. He's told me that. Yeah, he locks it all up in here. And now we can't remember dollar amounts that he was paid. That's interesting.
It's slushing around in there somewhere.
That's surprising. Also, this idea that he went from, I auditioned and that's why I became the host, to I was hired as the writer and then I went out there to scope it out. And the guy's like, hey, man, I don't actually have a host. You want to just host this thing for me?
Can you do everything?
Yeah. And Adam, you're in show business. I am not. So let me ask you, this seems preposterous to me because wouldn't it be you get hired as the writer, there'd be contracts signed. Typically you'd be working through your manager, your agent or something. And there'd be people reading it over or attorneys figuring it all out. And then you get hired to do additional work on this project. They're like, actually, you know what? We appreciate you being the writer. We also are going to need you to host and do some correspondence pieces. John had to go to the producer and say, hey, can I throw in a couple extra bucks for this thing? Wouldn't there be new contracts written up? Wouldn't there be paperwork involved in this and negotiations and agreements on payment?
How about this story that the entire production got into a van, drove to Vegas, and Home Alone style, we're like, we don't have a host.
Kevin!
Yeah. Why is he there scoping anything out?
Why would the writer be in Vegas scoping anything out?
They left Mark Summers at an airport.
what we're going to learn is that this production ran out of money before it even started.
Yeah.
And doesn't have permission from the NFL to be doing any of this. So
I've mentioned many times, it's the Pro Football Arm Wrestling Championship.
I won't say it again. But
Drew
they don't have...
said NFL, and I was like, whoa.
So they couldn't get a host or they couldn't afford a host, and they said, hey, will you do it? And I think the fact that he's going on and on about this big sum that he can't remember means he didn't get any more money. They just said, will you do it? And he said, of course I'll do it.
Yeah. So,
okay, I think
please.
there were two producers in a bar complaining loudly about them not having any money. And John goes, I'll do it for 20. And then they went, 1,000, sure. And he's like, 1,000, all right.
That's funny. We're not talking about large amounts of money for network television.
No, we're not.
With multimillionaires, like everyone who's on this show is a multimillionaire star athlete in the NFL.
Except for one guy.
Except for that one guy. All right, so John's showing off to his buddies, Nasty Neil and whoever's hanging out with him. He's like, you got to check out this promo. And now he's trying to play this game that, guys, the only reason why I brought it up is because people said I wasn't the host of the show, and I was. I just wanted to prove that I was the host of the show. So John's changing why this is even discussed. Like, this has been a big part of his resume for a while. It's always Howard Stern Show, Tonight Show, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar roast, Pro Football Arm Wrestling Championship.
OJ signing the knife.
OJ signing the knife. It's right. So this has always been a big part of his braggadocious list that he goes through whenever he's challenged on anything.
So again, I have to prove them wrong. So here we go. This was the intro on CBS. Wrong one. Hold on. That's a different one. Hold on.
That was pretty good.
Spent the money on video editing.
I thought that was the right one, but we'll have to look at it again.
Wow, he wasn't prepared for his own show. What are the chances? So he found the promo that doesn't feature John at all. It's just a band and all the pro athletes and all the cool shit that's going on. He's like, oh, whoa, get this off.
Yeah. You mean the stars of the show?
Yes.
Got it.
Correct. So, yeah, John's trying to say that he doesn't use this as his credits to let guys like me know. Specifically, he said this to me many times. Were you ever on network television, Lady K?
I'll wait.
He thinks I'm jealous of this, and now all of a sudden he's changing that.
All right, so now, newsflash, right? So this is Lady K, Snaggletooth, and look at this. Now, this is an obsession. This is an illness. Okay, guys, this is literally an obsession with me and my life, right? So check this out.
As one of his big memories and a big way to stick it to me, I have amazing news.
How is it, first of all, how is it me trying to stick it to him? Is this guy that egocentric? Neil, is he that egocentric? So me talking about Pro Football Arm Wrestling Championship is somehow sticking it to him?
The next day.
I've been on TV. You just do it. You haven't.
He literally brings this up every time he brings up the Pro Football Arm Wrestling. He's like, Carl's jealous. He was ever on TV. I was on TV. I was the host and the head writer. And the reason why I use the term stick it to me is, of course, a Kevin Brennanism. I don't actually talk like that. It's a weird way to talk. So then John claims that all of the bragging about hosting the show that he's been doing over the years has nothing to do with me.
Had nothing to do, has zero to do with him. But he somehow thinks that I think about him any more than I have to. I mean, it's fucking amazing. Even that is laughable.
3 days later.
Jesus, the Bills are getting trumped.
He's ready.
He's getting a little angry.
He's literally thinking about me while watching Monday Night Football alone in his house. He's just like, this fucking Carl guy's obsessed. He's got to calm down a little bit over there.
The whole reason he's showing these videos to Nasty Neal and that guy is because they're both filmmakers in New York for New York Comic-Con, appearing on panels as filmmakers and then going to see some like cool George Romero event that night. And they asked him if he knew who George Romero was, and he got so upset that they would think he didn't know this horror filmmaker that he just started showing them clips from anything he'd ever done on film so they would know he's an equal or a better.
Hold on, let me get my report card.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what this whole thing is.
So John is now showing them, us announcing that we have these videos, thanks to General GK. Thanks again, General GK, for tracking this down. And so he's going through and introducing who each of us are to these guys who he doesn't know who we are, even though one of the guys is like really into the Dabbleverse, one of Nasty Neal's buddies. He's like, yeah, I know all this stuff. And John's like, you do? But anyway, he's going in and introducing each of us. And for you, he says you have no shoulders. Have you heard that one?
He's not wrong.
His joke was Leonard Nimoy is going to host a show to find his shoulders. I was like, how old is that reference? Leonard Nimoy's been dead for 10 years or 12. I don't even know how long. Like, wow, okay. But anyway, it really...
I have been singed and I love it.
Yes.
Do Adam now. Do Adam.
Oh, all right. Let's do Adam. Here we go.
And this is that hacker, Adam Busch.
The hacker.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a hacker. I mean, and he's a guy...
Buffy. Yeah, Buffy.
He's the guy that I introduced to Howard Stern.
Put some respect on his name, John.
What?
Put some respect on his name, John.
What?
Put some respect on his name.
On who, Stern or?
No, fuck Stern.
Oh, all right.
Anyway, Jesus Christ. I mean, what the fuck is he talking about?
Wow, John got flustered by that. We have an Adam Busch fan in the house. And John's like, yeah, this guy's a fucking loser. He's like, oh, the dude from Buffy. Yeah, no, I know that guy. It's pretty cool.
Put some respect on his name. He said it 3 times, and John did not fight back.
Oh, he didn't know what to do with that.
Barra wussa.
Yeah, he's not used to someone challenging him.
Neil, get your friend the fuck out of here. He would normally throw them out of there. He didn't know what to do. That's amazing. Wow.
I'd like to believe that he just honestly didn't know what it meant to treat somebody with respect.
That's very possible.
Real what?
Very possible.
What?
So then it's brought up again, me being a public figure. And remember I played that earlier where John was discussing how, all right, that is different than being a celebrity. I thought he said he was a celebrity, but he said he was a public figure. Well, that changes.
I'm somehow sticking it to him by talking about the Pro Football Arm Wrestling Championship. No, people kept saying that I haven't done anything in 10 years. So I said, well, how about this? Okay, but okay, let's just get past how he really thinks he's a public figure. Fucking, this idiot actually believes he's somewhat, he thinks he's a celebrity. It's bizarre. He lives in the bizarro world of his own mind.
Yeah, he's a celebrity. Get him out of there.
Good one there. So John originally goes, oh, he's a public figure. That's very different than celebrity. Okay, I get it now. And now he's just equating the two things together because he wants to rag on me or something. Mm-hmm. So now I'm an idiot for thinking I'm a celebrity. But all right. John is walking everything back that he said about this show and all of his credits and everything he did to make it happen.
He's going to edit it. Where, first of all, I wasn't the producer. I don't know where he comes with that.
You said that.
No, I was hired as a writer, but they they needed me to host. So it wasn't about being a writer anymore. It was just me hosting and doing the correspondent pieces. And, because quite frankly, the producer and director, they kind of shifted gears because they didn't have a host.
Hold on a second. Now he's not the writer? He's been the head writer the entire time he's been bragging about this. He was the head writer, but now he's not the writer because he knows we're going to watch it and it's not written well.
And by shift gears, you mean they walked off the project?
Yeah, they fired you? I mean, what are you talking about? Because at first it was like I was the writer and then they needed me to be the host also.
Then they shifted gears because they didn't have a host and they made him the host is what I think he's trying to say.
But you remember what he said earlier about the money?
Right.
He goes, all right, I need you to be a correspondent person and the host too. And he goes, all right, well, I'm going to need more money. And then he got more money.
Just give us back the 20. We'll give you the 10.
Yeah, one of those games. So John's completely changing his story within the same episode of what happened here. So now all of a sudden he's like, doesn't even want to take credit for being a writer on this thing. So Disco Bob Ruzek, he shows his head from time to time. He's an ally for John. And he brings out something that John's crossing his fingers and hoping is true.
And I like, because Disco Bob Ruzek, I got to credit him. He said, how are they allowed to even play this? Isn't it CBS's? I mean, can't CBS,
Yeah, you would think so. So how did they? I missed the part, like how they got them. Like someone who worked at
General fucking dickhead or whatever his name was somehow got CBS clearance and rights to give him. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
We salute you, General Dickhead.
We do. Thank you, General GK. So he's like, yeah, Bob Rusek said they probably can't even play it. How did they get it? From the guy who does clearances and rights?
Yeah, right.
Whoops. Idiots. But John's still hoping amongst all. Maybe they won't be able to watch it on YouTube. And so, listen, guys, John doesn't even care. Even though this is 35 minutes into him talking about this with these guys, I promise you, he doesn't even care that we're going to watch this show.
I swear to God, Neil, I could give a frog's fat ass. I mean, who cares? It's not like I'm doing a monologue. I just fucking, okay, and this, and it's so pathetic. I'll go over the rules to each contest or whatever, and that's it, I don't know.
Don't ruin it for us, John.
Wait a second. I thought that he was the host who wrote the whole thing, and it was this huge special for CBS.
The comedy. All the comedy.
All the comedy. He was the head comedy writer because of the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar roast. They heard so many good things. And now all of a sudden, he was just going over the rules of arm wrestling and a correspondence piece or two. That's changing very much from what he used to say.
Yeah, he got this on. He passed the audition.
He passed the audition.
There was several people there,
Mhm.
dozens maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't just like they're like, you do it.
Now it seems like he kind of regrets doing it. It seems like he's happy it's not out there.
Let's not forget, he was able to write all of this in the voice of the football players.
Yes, he did say that as well. He understands how to talk like NFL professional football player.
Could you imagine the producers when they got the script and it started with, hello there? Fucking asshole.
So he's talking about...
You're going to see. I don't want to say anything, but you're going to see exactly what happened.
He's talking about his correspondence pieces he does.
Oh, but there are two correspondence pieces. I do one.
No.
Neil, stay focused.
Well, I was going to challenge him to arm wrestling, and you could host.
I did. I did one correspondence piece on Fremont Street in Las Vegas, and that was just me getting people to arm wrestle. And then the other one I did at the Cirque du Soleil show, that and where they put like all the makeup on me. Mm-hmm. And that's about it. But I'm sure they'll edit anything that makes me look good, because they don't want that. I mean, that they're not going to just do it. That they'll really, I just realized
that you do care.
What did John say next?
What did John just realize? That I actually do give a frog's fat ass about this after all?
Gay.
He's so worried about this. It's incredible. And so, the guys are trying to help him cope a little bit. He's seeing some comments come up.
There's one thing I can say, at least I had glory days. See, this is the funny part about Snaggletooth. He is like so excited for these tapes, but all it's doing is validating my television career.
Which is it?
I know. What are we talking about here?
That's some great Whitney Cummings logic.
Yes.
Wait, so how are we racist? I'm confused.
So we were validating the last time John was ever hired to work in television. Like, this is the last time he was hired to do anything in television. He's like, isn't this great?
I can't wait to see why.
Isn't this great? They're showing why no one ever reached out to me ever again to have a gig. Yeah, it is fun. And so Nasty Neil asks a very poignant question. He's like, so what embarrassing things are they going to see when they start watching these episodes?
Well done, Neil.
Look, if you have any memory, is there anything that would be embarrassing from the from those shows?
Well, it doesn't matter.
Or is it just like your typical stuff that you did, the Stuttering John?
Just typical. No, it's not even doing interviews. It's just me doing a correspondent piece like I did a ton of them for the Tonight Show. Me doing 2 correspondent pieces and maybe a little bit of of my hosting, but it's not really like I'm not on screen that much.
Yeah.
That's the embarrassing part, John. That's the part that's embarrassing, is that you've been bragging about this, one of your major credits, for years. And now as soon as you know that we've seen it, you go, I was barely involved in that project. I'm nearly not on the show very much at all.
If you're the host, you're hosting the show. What is a little bit of hosting?
Right. Well, we're going to find out. We're going to find out when he actually was hosting.
We're going to get to the fireworks factory.
We're almost there. We're going to find out that John wasn't hosting a television show. He was hosting certain aspects of it, but not the show itself. But one last clip before we get into it. This is, it seems that I trigger John.
Look, this is funny. He triggers me. He's out there trying to get fucking the lost tapes. Who's living in whose head rent-free?
3 days later.
Jesus, the Bills are getting trumped. Just do it. He's getting a little angry.
You got me, John. I'm obviously obsessed with you.
It's amazing how John has bragged about shit that he thought no one would ever see.
Yep.
He never thought anybody would see the Stephanie Miller shit. He never thought anybody would see this. And he's been talking about how great they all are for decades. John, this is the entertainment, buddy.
Yes.
This is the funny part.
Yes, catching you in these lies is the fun part.
Gotcha, bitch!
that we get to enjoy on this show. So, all right. We're going to get into the actual CBS airing of the Pro Football Arm Wrestling Championship. Before we do that, real quick, let's clean this up. supertip.gg/WATP.
Can you get super tips? Because a lot of us just see the chat and no show.
That's Nan Cram coming in.
All right.
And Dr. Scholes. Oh, boy. Okay. That's my senior picture. SJ may have a lot of credits, but he was never voted best hair in high school. That is true. I was voted best hair in high school. That is
Glory days!
That is a natural afro that I had my senior year. I mean, I did dye it blonde, but no product in that.
I thought that was Napoleon Dynamite. I'm not going to lie.
So this guy reached out to me and he goes, Carl, is it going to be weird because he tracked down my senior picture? He's like, is it cool if I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Beef drippings. I don't have to say, I don't have shit to say. What's up, boys? Ava is a dunce with a dong. It sounds like you do have something to say, sir. Good to see you, Beef drippings. Ben S. SJ, I did everything, nothing, everything in between. It's incredible how he's gone back and forth on this one. It's Eric Nagel. He corrected CBS to KCBS. Was this only shown in LA? Was this actually regional, not national? It was national. In fact, I'm glad you brought that up because, tell me I saved them in the right spot. I have the ratings. Yeah, here we go. So.
Oh, no.
Yeah, this is amazing. You got to love the Dabbleverse. So resourceful. So great. This is Got of the Year at Yeah, Mr. Guy. He says, here are the weekend sports ratings for 5/27/2017 and 5/28/2017. The Arm Wrestling Championship was listed under Other. The finale never aired. Oh, that's interesting. The finale never aired.
That makes sense.
It was incomplete.
Yep.
It cuts off before the outro. So they just canned this thing. They're like, are you still working on that thing? Don't bother. It's not going to happen. So check this out. These are the actual ratings.
Wow.
For sports that weekend. It's incredible. People found this for us. So you got the Indianapolis 500, which did a 3.4. Another race, Monster Energy NASCAR Cup, a 2.76. Fox Saturday Night Baseball did a 1.41. Let's scroll down. Golf had some ratings here. This is the other category. Here we see the Pro Football Arm Wrestling Championship with a 0.34 rating. I wanted to save this. Adam was asking me about it. I wanted to save it.
Isn't that like C-SPAN numbers, Adam?
Well, let's compare it to what else is on here.
Okay.
All of these did better. These are all college softball super regionals. Arizona versus Baylor did a .45. Alabama versus Florida did a .46. I mean,
SEC though. SEC softball, Carl.
SEC softball.
You suck, John.
It's so bad. Adults 18 to 49, the key demo. If you look at the Pro Football, 113,000 on CBS. It's hard to have 100,000 people watching CBS in 2017. You have to turn people off in order to make that happen. Any thoughts there, Adam? I see you're doing some back of the envelope math.
No, it would be canceled if it was a show. Anything under 30, anything under 1 is like really embarrassing. It's a couple 100,000 people, which is accidental views for a network like CBS. Yeah. They could have aired a Yule log and gotten the same kind of numbers. They could have put in no effort and still gotten about that. It's really bad. And this production started getting into trouble while it was being made. They didn't ask for permission from professional football. They claim they did. Football says they didn't. When they got word the players were there, they started to clamp down on the production as it was happening. So it makes sense that they never even aired the finale.
All the people at CBS were like, God damn it, I knew we should have played softball.
The players were fined because they weren't allowed to be in a casino, and this is all aired at the MGM.
Oof.
So the players were getting fines from the NFL, and some of them were very distraught about it because they're probably getting fined more money than they're getting paid by CBS if they ever even got paid.
They're paying that guy how much?
That's a bad weekend.
Yeah. It only happens a production when somebody is pushing it forward, and somebody was pushing this forward knowing they did not have the clearance that they needed. It's like shooting in New York City without a permit. Like, you're going to get caught. So they couldn't get a host to sign on. The players who don't know anything about this sort of business agreed because they thought it was cleared. John and their deal with entertainment was nothing. It was just John. We just want a name from the Howard Stern show that we can throw on there. Anything else doesn't even matter. What he does, what he says, whatever.
Yeah, it reminds me, it's very similar to like John being on Wings, where you're just like, all right, who's going to watch this thing? I don't know, can we get like Stern fans to watch it or people who like comedy or something like that? And you don't have to give him a lot of money, so it's cheap, and we'll get a guy who has a name, and there's people who know about him. So
it doesn't sound like he used his agent or his manager in this deal either.
Right.
So that tells me a lot.
He didn't have one, and they would not have let him do this.
Right.
I bet it was not with SAG. I bet it was non-union, and he hadn't paid for his dues, and they couldn't get anyone, and they didn't want to pay union rates.
All right, so this starts off the opening credits. People have actually seen this before, and then we'll get into things that no one's ever seen before. I mean, literally no one has ever seen before. But the intro is highly stylized. It's well produced. It's well done. When you say, Adam?
Yeah, I love what they make of John, because it's just what we would have done.
Yep. Lamar Woodley as Lamar Woodley.
Yep.
Bart Scott as himself. Those are the first two credits.
Funny, I bet John did write that.
Yeah, good stuff. There's John. Getting off the Greyhound bus. Very funny.
I hate to disagree with you, Adam. That is not what I would have done with him. I would have left him in the desert.
Good point.
Myself.
right, so they're trying to make this seem exciting.
So can I just ask 2 questions here real
Yeah.
fast? First one, how much do you think each of these players was getting for this? Because there's a lot of players they just listed. I counted like 25 or 30.
There's 32 because there's 2 teams of 16.
Right.
Silver, which, by the way, I'm representing the Silver team. Thank you to Kinky Loco for giving me the shirt.
Matches your hair. The other
Got me good.
The other thing I will say that I liked is how they rented one really nice car for that intro
Mhm.
that they were all in, and they just made John walk
Yes.
from the bus stop to
Yeah.
wherever the hotel was.
That's the joke.
Perfect.
And as you can see, it's mostly just branded entertainment. Like, it is deals they made with these different Vegas establishments to promote them. And that is the majority of what we're going to see are infomercials for these places in Vegas.
Yep. So, so this is the show's first intro. And, you'd expect the host to come out. This is why a host would be the host of the show, as John's claimed he's the host.
Here we go.
And the credits said he was the host.
All right.
What brings 32 current football players, a couple of former gridiron stars, and arm wrestling to the Vegas desert?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to be the first to welcome you to Las Vegas.
You're about to find out.
Las Vegas. Vegas.
So that was Bart Scott, one of the team captains.
Yep.
And the first 2 credits they showed were Lamar Woodley and Bart Scott. Those are the 2 hosts of the show. Anyone who watches the show will know they're the ones communicating with the audience the most, communicating with the other people on the show, what they're doing and how they're doing it. John is relegated to a voiceover for most of this. He's not even there with them, which is crazy.
He's busy writing an episode of Yule Log.
It's even worse than that, Carl. Look at good numbers. He's there. We find out. He's
there.
just cut out of everything.
Yes. Yeah, we are going to find that out.
Is it because they couldn't afford him because he kept wanting more money, or what
Oh,
do you
maybe,
think?
yeah. Maybe they're just like, this guy's asking for another $1,000. He's got to get the fuck out of here. Or maybe he was just day drunk. That's also very possible. So let's find out the first John sighting of the episode.
Got a couple muscles, but definitely not big in arm wrestling.
With plenty to compete for, the city of high stakes seemed exactly the place to up the ante.
I'm Brittany. Very nice to meet you. Welcome to MGM.
Good stuff, John. Did he write that too? Or?
He's even overacting on the poster.
The delivery.
I know.
Oh my
To
God.
up the ante with plenty to play for. Like what? What do we? It comes down to like charity. I'm sure no charity saw any money for.
He didn't write any of that. It's
No, he
just
didn't.
Corporate speak. He didn't write
Of course.
He barely read it.
Good point.
All right. So then they get into explaining the rules. And whose job would it be to explain the rules? We heard John in that clip say, look at all I was doing was like explaining the rules and stuff like that. So I'm like, all right, well, let's hear John explain the rules.
All right, guys, so I'm Devin Larrett, and I'm going to talk about the rules, okay? The rules of the event and the structure it's going to follow.
Wait a second. That's not stuttering
He
John.
looks great.
That guy's jawline is way too profound to be stuttering John. There's no way.
I understood every word he said.
Yes, that can't be the case at all. All right. Well, what's coming up on our next clip here, Adam?
Are we looking at
you
number
went-
5 here?
We are, yeah. You went through this painstakingly, I might add. We appreciate it.
Yeah, here John gets a little chance to shine in both his voiceover and hosting duties.
Nice.
Football is a team game. And while arm wrestling is an individual sport, the team concept was introduced to this event by dividing the players into 2 squads, gold and silver. A draft was organized and it was conducted Vegas style.
Welcome to the Pro Football Arm Wrestling Championship here at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. Give it up, everybody. Come on. Come on, I don't hear you.
Hold on. That high top on the table is almost as tall as, or the high top on the stage.
He's so tiny.
It's almost the size of John. It's shocking.
So you sent me this to kind of look at, and I saw this and I went, oh my God, the shot of him from behind. That's the
Yeah.
one. Look at that little guy.
He is tiny. So this is very interesting because he considers himself the host of the show. But really what we're seeing here, so he's up on the stage getting everyone pumped up to do this draft they're going to do to start the show. He's the warm-up guy. This was what he was relegated to on The Tonight Show. He was hired as the announcer at $500,000 or $450,000. He became the warm-up guy before the TV cameras turned on.
The smallest warm-up guy ever.
Are you guys ready to rock? Also, if you remember,
I'm over here, guys. Look down here.
In his brief stint as announcer, they only let him do it live once or twice, and then they immediately started having him pre-record it. And you see that here. Everything he says is almost entirely in voiceover, which was at the point where they had ran out of money, had all these fines to pay, and needed someone from the show to just add these specific lines so we could fucking finish this thing. And that's what he did. He was the one who was able and legally willing to do it for free.
It's also really pathetic, and we're going to see other examples of this. There's no one attending these events. So John's trying to get 32 NFL players pumped up. You guys ready? Or what's going on? They're just like, yeah, man.
He looks like Mike McDaniel trying to get them all excited. Everybody's just staring at him. It's great. I like how he called the gold team the GOLT team. That was good, too.
Yeah, that's pretty good stuff. You want another take at that? I nailed it. Okay.
Indianapolis GOLTs.
All right, let's see.
Yeah, he got other takes. That was the best one they got.
That was probably the best one. So now they're talking about picking the teams. This is the time to do the draft. This is where you'd think John would be the one explaining what they're doing.
Both teams had 2 weight classes, light heavyweight and heavyweight. Me and Lamar picked each player one by one until all 32 were gone.
Hey guys, well, we're going to start off with the heavyweights. I'm representing the gold team.
Bart Scott is way better at this. Just his energy and his presence on stage. John's just like, hey, everybody, how you doing? You know, he doesn't know how to just be a normal person. And that's why the energy was like weird coming back to him. Like, yeah, okay, cool.
And notice he's completely off the stage. Like they came on, he's gone.
He's gone. Now it's Bart and Lamar, and they're going to run the show. And Bart's great at it. All right, guys, here's what's going to happen. We got a gold team, silver team. We're going to start picking.
See, John doesn't acknowledge that he's on a TV show. He just thinks he's in a big open room, so he's shouting at everybody. You have a microphone. You don't need to shout. You can just speak normally like this gentleman.
Yeah. How is this guy, who trained his entire life to be a professional athlete, so much better at this than John?
Less CTE?
We don't have to. Yeah, less CTE. Less brain damage for sure. All right, so John comes back a few minutes later, and this is his big chance to shine.
All right, give it up for these guys. Come on, everybody. So who's going to win, Team Gold or Team Silver?
When the dust from the draft settled, this is how it broke down for the Silver Light Heavyweights.
So now it's just showing the
These players made up Team Gold's light heavyweight roster.
He's not even saying
the
names.
Elite 8 heavyweights on Team Silver and heavyweights for Team Gold would deliver this group to the table.
Wow.
The dawning of a new day. And although divided into 2 teams.
And then it's right back to Bart Scott doing the voiceover work. Let's watch John's energy again there, though, because he doesn't know how to control this, like you were saying. He doesn't know what to say.
Come on, everybody. So who's going to win, Team Gold or Team Silver?
That's the chemistry with the players he's been developing.
Yeah, I know, and look at how tight he is compared to all those guys. He's literally looking up at them when he's like, Team Gold up there or Team Silver way up there. Who's gonna win this one? He really has the energy of the Tonight Show reunion.
Oh yeah,
you know.
I woke up this morning.
Come on, everybody, got myself a bill. Like he's bringing that same energy to this. Like that's not what this calls for.
This is also about 20, 25 minutes into an hour-long, 55-minute piece, and this is how much he's been in it. We've seen every bit.
Yep.
He's not the host.
So then they do a long piece about Las Vegas, because as you said, this is an infomercial. You know, they're trying to get as many people giving them money as possible to make this thing happen. So then they finally bring out the teams.
Let's bring down the teams. First, Team Gold, led by the Bart Scott.
So there's no one. They're in this theater, and there's no one in attendance. So this is just a television shoot. To your point earlier, Adam. And John is talking as if he's talking to the theater. He's talking to the guy in the back row. All right, are you guys ready? Let's bring out Team Gold. It's just like, none of this is necessary.
Can I tell you what I hate about that?
Please.
Is how he goes, the Bart Scott. Like he's talking about a university.
Like the
That's
Ohio
a person's
State.
name.
Right.
Dude,
Yeah, I
you
know.
idiot.
You're going to see him make that choice, Vinny, on every single announcement. It's incredible. He puts the emphasis on the wrong word every time.
Scott! Next up, Team Silver, led by the Lamar Woodley.
The split up between the gold and the silver team definitely got everybody's competitive spirit up.
Hey, Marshawn, you want to say anything to this team to get them motivated?
Nope.
We added 2 more captains to the mix. Marshawn Lynch for...
It's funny because, again, Marshawn Lynch does not talk. He famously would go to press conferences and they'd ask him questions. He'd go, I'm just here so I don't get fined. I'm just here so I don't get fined. And John's instincts are, hey, Marshawn Lynch, what do you got for us? Nothing. Fucking idiots.
Teller, what do you have to say about magic?
That's so funny.
And notice how great this production is that actually made the show.
Right.
Him going, no.
Well, because the
That's
other guy
how
stole
bad
the
this
microphone
is.
out of John's hand, another guy who towers over John, and was just like, I'll help you out here, John.
I'll be at the bar. To the mix. Marshawn Lynch for the silver team and James Harrison for the gold. They didn't fuel the fire, but they definitely fanned the flame.
Oh, no. They fueled the fire and fanned the flames.
All right, we're going to first start with the light.
Okay.
Who's the little kid who's getting to hang out with the professional athletes?
It's a Make-A-Wish thing.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that little guy.
Also, right there, we're going to first start. What?
We're going to first start. Yeah, he doesn't know how to do this.
If John was a Make-A-Wish kid, his first wish would be for a beer. He's not good at
And
that.
isn't it-
For a first start.
But isn't it interesting, Adam, that every time they go to these athletes, the athletes have a perfect, they don't put in extra words, they get right to the point. And I don't know if they took a lot of takes or whatever it is, but they can't get John to do it one time. They can't get him to do it right.
No, they're
Fan
just keeping him in long enough to justify using his name in it and not have
Right.
it be so obvious that he's gone, even though his role has been replaced.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to first start with the light heavyweights.
This reminds me of Adam Crow always makes fun of cop talk. All right, what I'm going to have you do right now is I'm going to have you come out of the car right now, if you don't mind. I'm going to have you come out and step out of the car for me, please. if you
3
don't
steps
mind.
to your left, if
I'm
you
gonna
don't
have
mind.
Step out right now. It's like all these extra words for no fucking reason. Like John's it's just nervous energy. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
We had this whole elaborate bracket system figured out, but these guys wanted to pick out their own opponent.
First up, we're going to bring out Tony Jefferson. Come on to the stage, TG.
So it's already falling apart. They're like, all right, here are the brackets. We have the teams picked. You're going to go against that person. Like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to go against that guy. He beat me in the fucking playoffs last year. I wrestled that ass. I'm like, okay, whatever you want, man. They have no control over the production of this.
That's wild.
Yeah.
They're also finding out right about now that they don't have permission from football, so they're having to go and remove anything that represents gambling from the shot. Either cover it up or just not have it there. They're just starting to learn this and having to go back over what they shot and go, fuck, we can't use any of this. What are we going to do?
Yeah, also, there's no team logos. You know, that the photos of these guys are from the collar up, and it just says Baltimore. You know, so they can't use anything on this. All right, so let's get into the actual matches. And this goes on for a while. It turns out arm wrestling is boring. Anyone who's seen Over the Top with Sly Stallone, not as interesting.
Oh.
It's not that interesting. They over dramatize that.
Winner gets John's kids.
Right, yes. He wishes. So we'll watch a little bit of this, the actual matches, and we'll find out that John does have some voiceover work. Like he chirps every now and again about what's going on.
Let's hold it on Kenny Stills.
Okay. So Kenny Stills it is. Classic DB receiver matchup.
Chalk that.
Did John write that?
There you go. Fall.
And Tony Jefferson Jr. proving too strong with his right hand and taking our very first pull of the tournament.
TJ, back up.
Good writing. This guy won over the other guy.
And it was hilarious, right? Oh, that's comedy chops.
Man, I didn't hear any comedy at all. In fact, this is the opposite of entertaining. I'm not surprised it got a .34. And so this is more of him doing voiceover during these matches.
Run back, get back, get back, get back, get back.
Look at it, look at it, look at it.
Justin March Lillard with a good start.
Hey, let it go.
Bart and Lamar both liking what they see.
There's got to be movement back.
Now they switch hands. Second pull lefty.
Keep looking at it. Always look at it.
So this is where John, when he was trying to walk it back on Thursday's episode, was like, listen, man, I just introduced a couple things and I'm not really part of it at all. It's like, yeah, why did you say any of that before? You said you were the host and the head writer.
I never thought it would come to light.
And the producer. This is crazy. This is nothing. Anyone could do this job better than John. Any of us.
Well, you have to assume he had pitched to them, I'm going to be the host, I'm going to be on stage, I'm going to be roughing it up with the guys and giving them shit, and they did try it. You know, they were like, we would love that famous comedian to be in the shot with these players. That would look like a TV show.
Yep.
Because
why did they hire John?
Whatever they provided him with was so bad, they had to cut it out and or ask him to step aside, hand the mic to the player, and get the fuck out. You look like you don't belong. You're the only one wet, and you're not wrestling.
Yeah, these players have so much more charisma than John. And these aren't the quarterbacks. These aren't, I mean, Kenny Stills was there, but they're not necessarily wide receivers and running backs. And these are linemen and linebackers. Not the guys who you would think to be we got to get a microphone in front of that guy and see what he has to say about this.
But they were better than John.
All of them were better than John. And so this is the end of the first segment where they're actually showing the action and a little more voiceover work.
And Justin marches on.
See what I did there?
Boom! In hand. More to come. Stick around.
Holy fuck! Holy shit!
The guy's name was March. That's pretty good, right?
Now you're going to see that they set up that shot. They got him in frame. They lit it. They went black and white, and they shot a lot of shit with him, and they only used that.
Yeah, you're right, because John also famously does those stupid VH1 shows.
Oh yeah,
where it's just those little pop-up quick things. I remember that music video. Cool, And so yeah, that's what they were going for here, and this is all they were able to get.
See what I did there?
2 matches in hand. More to come. Stick around.
Stick around?
Don't touch that dial.
Yeah, when's the last time you heard that on a television show?
I cannot stand that Bugs Bunny fucking delivery he just did on that. You see what I did there?
Hey,
ain't
that
I
guy?
a stinker?
He's the worst.
Oh,
All right, get ready for the worst bit. And if John wants to claim that he wrote on this show, I will believe it. For this specific bit, his first correspondence piece.
All right, I'm here at the Cop Theater. I'm excited, man. I'm gonna go to the makeup area.
John, I'm Eric. I'm the head of wardrobe.
Eric, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. I have one question. What does Ka mean? I'm driving by. I'm going. What does that mean? I know it's a Scrabble word.
Okay, it is a Scrabble word.
Yes.
It's also an Egyptian word that means duality. So our show is all about a set of twins that get separated, and it's about their journey to get reunited.
Okay, now that you explain Ka, what is duality?
Duality. Twins.
Oh, twins.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, let's get you in the makeup
All right,
chair.
come on in.
We're off to a good start with this correspondence piece, huh?
What's duality? If I have a few and drive?
Idiot.
See how he thought that was a good joke? And then he looked at the camera like, this guy doesn't get it, but we do.
That was so awkward, too. The way hey, how you doing? Oh, doing all right? Cool.
No one said do this bit in the doorway. They were hoping they'd come in like a normal person and you get to see some more. He just jumped him in the doorway with this thing he had rehearsed. And he couldn't even get at, how are you? He was like, how are you? What does this mean? You don't get my joke.
So they're promoting this Cirque du Soleil theatrical performance that they have at the MGM. So again, this is all tied into the MGM, and they're trying to cross-promote this stuff. And so I highly doubt John had anything to do with this. I bet he was directed to do this because they're like, hey, we got to promote what's going on at the MGM. And this couldn't be more perfect because John is a clown. John is a fucking clown. And what do you do with clowns? You paint their faces silly.
So how many people do you work on each show?
Here at the show, we train all the artists to do their own makeup.
I can't even finger paint.
Well, that's okay.
Where's Gene Simmons when you need him? I could use this. I look so much better. Come on, let's face it. I look pretty good, don't you think? All right, don't answer. CJ, go.
So all of that, the two jokes where I don't even finger paint and where's Gene Simmons when you need him.
One of the original takes was, I'm quite the accomplished painter, actually.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Like, no, John, that's not really what we're going for here. Oh, okay.
They asked me to do an art gallery.
All right, we got guys stepping up, man. Next up, CJ Goodwin, baby. Run it.
And immediately we're back to actual people who can perform on television. It's not awkward, and it seems natural.
That's an incredible take. That tells you so much.
Isn't that crazy? You have John awkwardly in the makeup chair. You know, he was the clown on the Tonight Show, too, where they dress him up in the fucking onesie, bikini, mankini thing, or dress him up as Wendy from Wendy's out on the street. It's just like, yeah, let's just humiliate this guy. Let's just paint his face, make him look silly.
If I was the actual producer, he'd be on that stage right now with that makeup on.
Yeah.
In front of all those guys.
I was waiting for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Nope, that was just a little side thing, and now he's no longer involved at all. Nothing to do with it. All right, so let's get back to the competition here. And this is John's time to shine again.
Dewey decimal system. You about to get worked over.
CJ Goodwin calls out Dewey McDonald.
I like the CJ Dewey matchup. It seemed to be a bit of an animosity, a little hatred going there, and that's always a good thing.
Dewey McDonald has a huge mouth on him, so I definitely want to shut that up.
The time for talk is over.
For who, John?
You got big problems now. Big problems.
Get comfortable. Get comfortable.
Don't pressure up, Gold. Don't even go in there.
It's already over.
Waiting for the ref to say go.
Damn.
And swift work by McDonald. And if he looks like he's done this before, you're right.
Okay. Good stuff, John.
Okay, John.
Good stuff. So unnecessary. Like, it's not even needed.
Waiting for the ref to say go.
Yep. Oh, and now we just did a thing. Hey, looks like he won. Yeah, we saw it.
Yeah, no wonder this got such low ratings. Like, it's not even good commentary. There's nothing about it that's good.
It's terrible.
Remember when he said, and now talking will cease? And everyone just kept talking.
Right, yeah, you're right. That's a good point. All right, so this is a longer clip, but more of John just crushing it.
Influenced by Gold's Travis Bajent, now turned Denny Me Silver.
Come on up.
Left hand pull.
Get him off the jump.
And CJ with good stuff from the opposite side. We're tied.
Is he describing rules to us? Or doesn't he, what he said he was doing when he did the voiceover stuff?
Checkmate.
He just goes, all right, now we're going left-handed. And then one guy won over the other guy.
Yeah, it's not exciting.
It's terrible.
And isn't this the gig John was born to do? Like, all he does is talk about broadcasting, communications, and sports. He spends his entire life listening to sportscasters. He hasn't picked up one trick or one little talent with it. Nothing.
Oh, that the only one was, and Vinny pointed this out, when he brings out Bart Scott, because he hears the guy say, the Ohio State University. That's
right,
the one.
That's a different thing. That's not a person.
Totally different. It's wrong.
Yeah.
is what he's doing there. But you're right. That's a good point. Everything about this, John should be shining on this one. He watches football every weekend. Mm-hmm. He went to school for television. How does he not know how to do this?
Roasting people is in the sports DNA.
Right. Yeah, how do you not call these guys out? You're not even in the room. You can say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, you're right.
Someone please get the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar roast.
I
Please,
know.
I'm begging you.
All right. General GK, can you please find that for us? So I'll play a few more clips from this. It's just, this is like 6 minutes long of just watching guys arm wrestle and John going, yep, that guy won. Now it's this guy's turn.
Get that hand up. You messing with him? Get that hand up high. Pressure up. Don't let him get you out of your groove.
Again, coin flip decides, pull hand.
He gets to choose.
Come back to that right.
CJ loses the toss, so of course Dewey's going to use his right hand.
Get tired, stand up.
You already know.
He doesn't even read it naturally.
No, it sounds like they had to wake him up for this.
Yeah. So, of course, CJ's going to use his right hand. What happened to the guy on stage going, let's give it up for Gold Team? Everybody, somewhere in between. I know.
There's no elephant noise. There's nothing.
What about the guy that was walking into the makeup thing and he was like, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. You shouldn't have to tell us that. He looks hungover.
Yeah.
Wow. Dewey's going to be trouble going forward if he can stay righty. Dewey advances.
They laughed at you, man. All right, don't dab it up. You got whooped. How about that?
This is a disaster. I mean, honestly, it's not John's fault. This is such an ill-conceived idea for a television show. Let's just get 30 athletes talking shit to each other. Are we going to mic them? No. We'll just hope we can make sense of something that's going on.
You don't think John wrote that for those guys?
No, I don't think John wrote any of those.
Oh, because, I mean, it was in their voices, so I assumed he wrote it.
Well, John said that he wrote in the NFL players' voices, and then when he found out we had this, he claimed that he didn't write anything, and he stopped being the writer.
Right.
And
I forgot.
Also, I was very jealous I didn't get to do this, but now I'm not. Now I'm okay with that.
You're coping marvelously.
Come back to us.
And it's Jalen time. Team Silver again.
There we go.
Okay, I mean, I think you get the point.
Yeah.
It's so bad. So here's the outro to episode number 1. And of course, you're going to have the host, John, who's going to tie it all together for you and let you know that you're going to want to stick around for episode 2 because things are going to get even crazier.
Next time on Pro Football Arm Wrestling Championship, the heavyweights step into the harsh glare of the spotlight.
Go! Let's go!
We will tee up some side competition
It still ain't come down yet, man. That thing flying out of here. It's in orbit now, man.
as the gold and silver team competes in more than just wrestling.
Buckle up. Imano mantra is just getting started.
Next time on Pro Football Arm Wrestling Championship.
How the hell are Lamar Woodley and Bart Scott completely outperforming John as the hosts of this show? They're reading through everything coming up next, and then they're doing it in unison and everything like that. John has nothing to do with any of this. We saw him for a split second in the bowling alley taking a selfie.
That checks out.
That's the only thing he did.
Yeah, that was right before James Harrison asked him if his son ever queefs in his face.
You want to go outside? You want to go outside, James Harrison?
That bit of him putting the helmet on is the only, or taking the picture is the only time you'll see him in that segment, which means he was there the whole time.
Wow.
He was doing his comedy. They didn't use it. Just like the Tonight Show, he went from a star to a writer to a stunt boy who hangs around and says stupid shit that people ignore.
Yep, that doesn't make it on air.
Yeah.
So that's episode 1. We have 2 more episodes. Now, episode 2 starts off with a correspondence piece that I want to tease.
Yes.
I want to play this for us before we move on from this segment because, you heard John say, I did 2 correspondence pieces. One was in the makeup chair, so we saw that one. Yeah. He said the other one was on Fremont Street.
Oh.
And he goes, I'm going to get people to arm wrestle. So let's see the magic. Let's see the presence that is celebrity John Melendez on Fremont Street. You think people would be like, whoa, there's a celebrity here? Just flocking to him as if it was Tukey on its way to White Castle. You would think that's what
That was a lot of people following him. That was a
There
big
were a lot of people following Tukey to White Castle.
I hope they make him stand in one of those circles like a homeless person.
Just begging for money.
In Las Vegas, the saying goes, what happens here stays here. And arm wrestling is what's happening. Hey, this is Stuttering John Melendez here down on Fremont Street in Las Vegas. We're to get some people to arm wrestle, settle some differences. Let's do it.
Who's next? Anybody want to arm wrestle? Arm wrestle. Husband versus wife, brother versus brother, son versus father.
What, you think he's going to win just because he's bigger than you?
So people are looking at him because there's a camera crew and he's holding onto a microphone, but no one wants to engage. You notice that?
Yeah, there's about as big of a line for arm wrestling as there is for his autograph at one of those signings.
Yeah, there's nobody who wants to get involved. There's like, who wants to arm wrestle? And I'm just like, what the fuck is... Fremont Street is annoying. It's people constantly bugging you.
Get set, go. Wow, you are a natural, brother. Hey, you gonna be okay with the oxygen?
Oh, yes.
What the fuck?
Pity food. Of course I'm gonna win. Look at her. She is standing here. Look at the fuck.
So there's so many characters too. That's the other thing about Fremont Street. You got the performers who run out those little circles, and there's a lot of freak show things going on. And he found like the midget Mr. T. Like that didn't deserve more time on this thing. You couldn't make something out of that.
Couldn't come up with a joke for that.
Can you rewind just a little bit when he meets Mr. T and look at his mouth when Mr. T's talking?
Oh, he's mouthing it?
Yeah.
Yes.
So how do you feel? You think you're gonna win? Pity food. Of course I'm gonna.
Wow, did he tell him to say, I pity the fool, of course I'm going to win?
Wow.
This is like...
I coached him.
Remember when John bragged about his first grade play and he's like, I knew all the lines for everyone else?
Yeah.
He's the asshole who's saying your line to you while you're saying it to him.
So
wow, that's
he's
a good
not trying to
catch.
be helpful at all.
That's a good catch, Adam.
Wow.
This is like Bert Kreischer at the roast of Tom Brady when he was reading the screen and he was mouthing the jokes everyone else was doing.
Yeah.
Hey, you gonna be okay with the oxygen?
Oh, yes.
So how do you feel? You think you're gonna win? Pity food. Of course I'm gonna win. Look at her. She is standing here.
Wait, was that a dummy? Was John just doing a ventriloquist thing?
He's not that talented. No.
Lockie, I'm going to need a mini Mr. T doll.
On your mark.
Okay, so now John's arm wrestling a middle-aged woman. And what we're going to see is performative John. This is the John that hams it up, that he thinks crushes it. This is when Howard Stern says, when you're trying to be funny, you're not funny. This is what we're going to see here.
Get set, go.
That was pretty good, honey. You want to get a beer after this?
He tried to fuck her.
We return. The battle begins.
All right, so that's what we have in store. Episode 2.
Wow.
Coming up. But what a wild ride. Huh?
What a bad show.
What a horrible show that was.
They didn't even finish it.
I love that he's been bragging about that for years. Very
Those
fun.
small victories, right, John?
Megan was out for a while, but I think she might be back. We have Is It Gay coming up. We have Polka Dabbler, reviews, voicemails. I know we have to run soon, right, Vinny?
Yeah, you're supposed to be there in 20 minutes.
I'm supposed to be there in 20 minutes.
But they're going to put you on late. I'm texting them right now.
Okay.
You'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah. All right. We're moving. We're moving quick. I have to go do a Stuttering John set at the open mic for a creep off consequence that I have. Always fun. I always love the
I got money on
consequences.
you, so.
Oh, shit. Big Daddy Dodo coming in, supertip.gg/WATP.
What a hunk of shit.
Well said, Lisa.
Nailed it.
Well. This is a note for producer Chris. Episode 669 intro. Better have Bill and Ted 69.
All right.
Done and done.
No
Bask
shoulders.
Jesus. 3333. Thank you for becoming a member on this channel, sir. Big Daddy Dodo, $5. I only figure paint after I wipe. He's already got John in the face paint as his avatar. That's pretty funny.
It's my screen on my phone now.
That's really funny. Madame Priest says, this is infinitely more embarrassing than the Kate Meany tapes. This is something you go to courts to disallow to rebroadcast. He's had enough, Carl. Somebody stop the damn match. Holy shit, Johnny boy. That's hilarious. Naturally Negative coming in, $10. After watching this, in the words of Anton Chigurh, if the celebrity you gloated about brought you to this, of what use was the celebrity? Not familiar with that, but it sounds apt.
Oh, man. It's from that movie with No Country for Old Men.
I believe it. Brian Workman, world champ Devon Larratt in arm wrestling had more sense to pull out of this than Stut John did. Real versus real, I suppose. Is that true? Did he pull out of this? Maybe that's why they were. Maybe that's why they were desperate.
CBS did.
You're desperate to get John on. All right, we got a lot of stuff to get to. I got to go tell jokes at a comedy club in a little bit. So
You fucking?
let's get right.
Oh, if you don't open with you fucking.
Don't spoil it, motherfucker.
Who's fucking?
Let's get right into it. We have a review girl, Megan, joining us. What's up, Megan?
Hey. Hello.
Good to see you. And Annie's been waiting patiently as well. What's up, Annie?
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello. All right. We got a round of Is It Gay coming up. Of course, it's going to be tough, Megan, with Aaron spending 8 days in the slammer.
I know. I wonder if I should make a game about somebody else or just see what I could scrape up next week.
Well, the good news is there's about 50,000 episodes of the Steel Toe Morning Show available on YouTube.
I looked. He must have privated or deleted a whole bunch a while ago. So,
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then we'll have a meeting offline about
I'm sure
this.
somebody has the archives.
Oh, yeah.
They might be on,
They're always somewhere.
They're probably at the court in Minnesota.
Yeah, right. All right, let's go. Round one.
Chad Buzmak says, Chad's a broken man. I would send a link, but he removed the stream. And Doom's clip was, don't send me a Doom clip.
All right. Are Doom clips gay? Adam.
Yes.
Carl.
He hates Doom. I don't know if he's gay or not, but I'm going to say yes.
Chris.
Gay.
Vinny.
I'm going out on a limb and saying not gay, something else awful.
Annie.
If it's about him, it's gay. So gay.
Okay.
That Doom person is weird. That person's mentally irregular.
Damn it. Good job, Vinny. Well done, sir. You took that round.
Oh, I saw that curveball coming.
Time.
Yeah,
Maybe
right?
he'll win.
Beginner's luck over here. All right. Round two.
Numero uno, Josh Denny fan says, poor dog. I always feel bad for dogs with big fat owners. I'm skinnier than all of you. I am skinnier than all of you. You know what? I'm tired of this shit. I could beat y'all up.
Is it gay to want to beat someone up when you're called fat? Annie.
Is that the right question for this?
I don't even know.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay. All right.
Gay.
Vinny.
I'm going to go gay on this one, too.
Chris.
Not gay.
Carl.
I don't know how he gets to gay from here. I'm going to say not gay.
Adam.
I'm going with gay, but just so we're clear, it has to be the thing that he was asked that he's
Here we go, Patrick Melton.
describing as gay,
Rules
right?
police
He cannot
over
just say
here.
gay in the answer, right? It has to be specifically related to that. I'm going gay.
All right.
Sounds so gay to say at 38 years old.
Oh, okay, yes. You did set that up perfectly, and I was wrong. Again, I'm 0 for 2. but we got some people on the board on that one.
Yes.
Good call. Round 3 coming up. Remember, that we have a bonus round that's worth 3 points. So everyone's still in the game right now, guys. Let's not get crazy.
Of James Brashear's family left him with an unexpected financial hit when he paid the Front Street Animal Shelter's adoption fees.
There was a server error, so every time I hit payment, it was a server error, and she kept telling me to redo it, just redo it, just redo it. So I did.
Oh, that'll happen. That'll happen sometimes, and she thinks she's canceling out your payment, and it's not registering, but you're paying every time for those 2 little cats. I mean, it kind of serves you right. Get a dog. Get a real pet next time.
Is it gay to be a cat owner? Carl.
Yes, he hates cats. Definitely. I'm going to say it's gay.
Chris.
Not gay.
Vinny.
I'm going not gay.
Annie.
Somehow he thinks it's gay.
Adam.
Oh, it's gay.
You fuck around with cats, you weirdo. You deserve it.
Ah, God damn it. Rack 'em. This game is hard. This game is hard this week. All right, round 4. What do we got? Vinny's got a perfect score
Vinny's
so far?
crushing us.
He's got 3. All right.
He knows how to play.
All right, I'm going to catch up. Here we go. I'm just making it dramatic.
I mean, I'll be totally honest with you. You're not allowed to commit mortgage fraud when you're just buying a house. You got to provide documentation, pay stubs, W-2s, all sorts of shit to prove
I ain't
your
never
income.
committed no mortgage fraud. I don't know, but everybody does this. This is making me feel lumped into a lot of people.
You see, when it was Trump, it's a threat to our democracy and we need to hold people to justice and no one is above the law. When it's Letitia James, come on, what are you guys?
All right, listen closely. Is it gay to not commit mortgage fraud if you can get away with it? Adam.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gay.
Carl.
Yes, that's gay.
Chris.
Gay.
Vinny.
Not gay.
Annie.
Gay?
Just looks like he's going to say gay right there. Here we go.
Come on, what are you guys, fucking gay?
Yeah.
Everybody does this.
All right. We all got a jump on Vinny on that one.
That's true.
So that's good. Round 5. I have to copy the link, I just realized. Round 5 is next. What are the scores right now, Producer Chris?
Well, Vinny's leading with 3. Everyone else has 2 except you, Carl.
I have 1. All right, let's go.
Actually, I started doing this in the car. I'm going to tell the audience this, even though I shouldn't. I started doing this in the car, 11 reps. Trying to strengthen the neck and chin area.
So you look like you got a solid
It's like a
jawline,
circular thing. Yeah, I say you're supposed to stretch, and it stretches this whole area here. And I do 11 reps
Is
3
that so
different
you can
times
swallow
whenever I'm
better?
driving. And I shit you not, I have such shitty chin area under here that area was actually sore on Saturday.
Is it gay to have neck soreness after doing chin reps?
Yes, it's gay.
Vinny.
Yeah, it is.
Chris.
I think it is, but I'm going not gay.
Carl.
I think just doing that exercise is gay.
Is that your answer?
Gay.
Adam.
Yeah, it's gay.
That's not a good thing.
From doing that's a really, really bad thing.
Wow.
All right.
All right. Congratulations. What's the scores right now?
I am tied with Vinny. Everyone else has 2 except you.
Okay, so I'm out of it. So we're doing final round. It's worth 3 points. It's anyone's game still. Megan, what are our choices on this one? Or should I play it first, then we'll figure out the choices?
You can play it first.
Okay. I'll figure this out one of these days.
By the way, Deja Vu, strip club.
For one cocktail for $25. It's nice to live in a state that has California prices but Midwest weather and opportunity. And that's my day.
I wish you were wrong. I wish I could argue with that guy and say, well, no, you see, but it's not as much satire as you think. It is. You go to Minneapolis, it is 1,000% California prices with none of the nightlife or anything like that.
Are California prices in the Midwest gay, wild, or out of control? Adam.
I'm going to go with out of control.
Carl.
I think it's wild.
Chris.
I went out of control.
Vinny.
I'm going wild as well.
Annie.
I've chosen gay everyone for this game, so I'm going to choose gay.
All right. We're going to have a clear winner then on this one. Let's
Gay
go.
all the way.
It's just, how the fuck did it get this expensive? It's wild.
Oh, Vinny!
Vinny!
By the way,
Pulling it off.
Vinny.
Hit my music.
Does that mean I get second place? Look at me going.
Yeah, it does actually.
My moral victory.
Oh,
over
there you go,
here.
buddy.
We did it.
All right.
Congratulations, Vinny.
Suck it, Chris.
All right, let's keep the good times rolling with a little poke-a-dabbler action.
It's time for everyone's favorite new game show, To Poke a Dabbler. What do you say, Carl and co-host? Are you ready to poke a dabbler?
Zach S. Hoffman, what's your next utility to get cut off to pay your bills? First of all, that's another defamatory statement, but that's not the one I'm focused on. But
No, it's a joke.
When a bank account gets compromised, you have tons of auto pays that you have to correct.
I love that children's book. When a bank account gets compromised.
Right.
The auto pays will stop.
Let's see. Internet, landscaper, water company, power company.
John does not have to pay the water company. I live in the same area. Anyway.
Credit card, 2 credit card companies.
Companies.
I mean, you have so many auto pays set up.
That's 5. That's one afternoon.
You know, and mortgage, boat,
Well, now we're
daughter's car.
now, the made up ones. We know that John doesn't pay for his daughter's car anymore. And that's he came with the last 2 are both fake.
He thinks this is
There's
all unique to him.
I
No
know,
one else has
right?
gone through this.
It's so stupid. I just love it. As he's like, shit, what else do I pay for? Mortgage he forgot because mom's paying that.
Yeah.
Boat's made up. Daughter's car is made up.
Daughter's car.
Wait, so hold on. He has to auto pay for all of those, but none of the auto pays for those are set on the credit cards that he doesn't have auto pay for? I'm confused.
I'm confused as well. But apparently it was a lot of work for him that day when his bank account was compromised.
People
There's
have no
so
sympathy.
Holy
many
shit.
payments that are all auto pay, and you got to change every single one. And sometimes some will slip through the cracks, especially with a guy like me. So it happens. It doesn't mean I can't afford it. Doesn't mean I don't have the money. Just means
What did John say next? Here are your choices. Number 1, I'm human. B, the bank should have a better system. Next, it's a lot of work. 4, Nobody's nerfect. And lastly, the bank made a mistake. And lastly, 2, Adam Busch is a dabbler.
All right. I always go first. I'm going to just go with next. It's a lot of work. That's what he was building up to with all that list of things. Adam, what say you?
I'm going with human, but pronounced human.
All right. And Vinnie Paulino?
You know what? I'm going to go with lastly, the bank needs a better system because John likes to blame others for everything.
That's true. Yep. The bank made a mistake. I like that. Megan?
I was going to go with lastly too.
No, you were not going to go with lastly too.
Oh, I'm just kidding, Adam. I'll go with B.
The bank should have a better system?
Yeah.
Annie?
I think it's 1.
All right. Another I'm human. And producer Chris?
I went with Nobody's nerfect.
Okay.
so. It happens. It doesn't mean I can't afford it. Doesn't mean I don't have the money. Just means it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
You're gonna forget a few.
Carl won everything.
Toll company. In fact, I got to call them now and change that. My car insurance company. Same thing happened there.
So you've
You
done
think
no
a
work.
millionaire would have an accountant?
So you've done none of the work. It sounds like it's a lot of work, and I haven't got started yet.
No, his car insurance works out perfectly. You find out the next time he gets stopped. It all works out great. He's got
Right.
it all paid.
So again, it happens. But then you got Jackass Hoffman. You're such a dumbass of the day that you it's because I can't afford it. Now, that's not it. Swing and a miss.
There's a $2 super chat.
Look at that sour face.
Now I'm pissed.
Dixon Cider.
That's all for this time. Come back next time to find if you are man enough to pull a dabbler. But before the next time, go to patreon.com/Cardiff Electric and sign up.
Do it.
Sit, Eugene, sit. Good dog.
Amazing work, Cardiff. Thank you very much for that. Always a fun show. I'm going to check out real quick a super tip or two. We'll read some reviews and then we'll get out of here. I'll skip voicemails today because we got to get moving. Rumpled Trenchcoat to Columbo podcast. What nerve SJ has to claim ownership of this arm wrestling nonsense? When a couple of football players outperform your ability to MC, you stink. It wasn't even close. Rumpled Trenchcoat.
When a bank account and a hacker love each other very much.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty funny.
Didn't see that comment.
There's a 10-minute video of Kareem roast on YouTube. I've seen that.
Yeah, I've seen that.
But it's not what we want it to be, unfortunately.
You get one, very accurately though, you get one clip of John with a beer in his hand in a crowd looking up at one of the ball players.
Yep.
That's it. That's all you get.
Yeah, by himself, just kind of wandering around. And then the actual clips are the host, who is...
Carlos Mencia or...
No, the other one. The other Hispanic comedian.
George Lopez.
George Lopez is the host of it. So it's like, we needed
Win
John
for
to
Vinnie.
write jokes
Thank
when
you.
George Lopez is here, sure.
Thank you.
And then when they show the highlights of the basketball players, they're all just telling anecdotes. I don't think John knows what happened in the locker room after the 76ers game, but maybe he does. Megan, I know you like to check out the Spotify comments that we get on individual episodes. People can leave little comments for every episode. Anything interesting coming in?
Yes, I have a couple from episode 664 from last week. This one's from Dano. Aaron could have been sentenced to be drawn and quartered, and he'd spin it as a win. It's not a bad way to go. Never wanted to go in a nursing home like a pansy.
Yep, that is true. Everything's a victory for that asshole. It's amazing.
Yes.
He's the best.
Hercules Rockefeller said, Ron sure is sharp now that he's getting a tight 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah, that mattress is helping him out. That's a good point.
And then my favorite from last week from Sean, came for the banter, stayed for the tamps. 5 stars.
Yes. A lot of good Tamps talk. Megan, I know you have people working in your house. You have to run out of here.
Yeah, but I always had fun. I'm glad I could be here. I thought I'd miss the show, but I'm glad I didn't.
How was John Mulaney? How was John Mulaney?
He was funny. His opener, Robbie Hoffman, I think her name was. She was funny at first, but she did this pedophile joke that was so flat, and I'm like, I could have written something so much funnier because I actually went to college with a pedophile.
Oh,
it would have been a very funny story.
Can you tell us a pedophile joke in the next episode when you come on?
Yes, I'll make one.
Okay, good. Very good.
But John Mulaney was pretty funny. You know, it's not like when he was on cocaine, but
he's lost his fastball.
You know, he talks about dad stuff now, but yeah.
This potato tastes real good. Was that?
Yes, Karmic.
I would say check him out if you can.
All right. Well, that was a mediocre review. It sounds like 2.5 stars.
I'll stay until I have to leave. I can still stay right
Okay,
now.
Andy, do we have any reviews that have come in?
Just one. They've slowed down a little bit, but this one comes in from Australia from the user LJA316. The title is, Great job, everyone. Greetings from Sydney, Australia. This is a great show. Been recovering from a serious injury and not been able to do much. Carl and the gang have been a great source of entertainment. You have educated me on a number of very interesting characters I wouldn't have found out about otherwise. Keep up the great work, and another win for the toe.
That is our strongest demographic. People who are recovering from illnesses or injuries and can't do anything else.
That's a captive audience.
Shout out Pulper.
If you can't change the channel, we're the show for you.
Yeah, that's right.
That's our slogan.
Yep. Until the nurse comes in again to change your pants.
I ain't going to jail willingly. If I can't do weekends, they can come get me on the 17th.
That'd be amazing if they hauled him away. All right. Annie, anything to promote?
I just want to promote myself. If you want to check out my game streams, go to my YouTube channel. You can find it on insanity.com. INSANNEITY.com.
Very good. Adam, anything to promote, my friend?
Everybody check out Luigi Greenberg on Friday. It's shaping up to be a really good show.
Oh,
really big
Skeptical Robot we're talking about?
That's the one.
All right, on Luigi Greenberg's channel. Vinnie Paulino, what are you up to, buddy?
Well, Carl, there's this little show called The Creep Off that we do every Monday at 1 o'clock, live right here on the WATP channel. We also have our own channel. And if you become a member of the Creep Off channel, you will get a bonus episode every Friday. This week, we're putting Ian Hopkins, Gino's favorite singer of all time, into the Creep Off Hall of Fame, so tune in for that.
I am looking forward to it. Vinny, thanks so much for coming on.
Dude, thanks for having me. This was fun.
This was fun. Annie, of course, always a great time. Adam, Chris was here.
Rock and roller.
All right.
I got to go. Bye. I got to go. I got to go. I got to go. I got to go.